Okay, so we are up to another game of Pathfinder. It is session number 121, or Season 6, Episode 13. They are up to the 23rd day of the 7th month of the year, 4710. And today, online, we have Jeremy.
Good evening all. I'm playing Sathlock Kalingal, the Romish archaeologist, with a specific focus upon Thassilonian culture, expert in the Pathfinder Society's expert on Thassilonian, and tends to always enjoy himself during combat.
Well, he was fabulous in the last session, which we'll tell you about shortly. At the table today, we have Peter.
Greetings. I'm playing Lord Willie One Kenobi, human monk of Yangahoth, the Dwarven city. Hopefully, is looking forward to partially making up for errors previous.
What really errors were there? I'm sure there weren't any major errors.
No, there were significant errors.
Do you want to do the what happened last time?
Yeah, yes, I guess. Effectively, we stuffed around a lot, being led on a wild goose chase due to our own errors. We eventually came to the conclusion that going back to the side of the dead people in the alley would have been a good idea, thinking maybe we missed some evidence that, because we didn't actually get a chance to look at anything, we got sidetracked. So we eventually did that.
Having lost Sarthrop in the sewers because he went one way and no one paid attention.
Yeah.
Well, but he catch up. He'll tell you all about the fascinating signals and moves that he found as he went through. The architects should go out in that part of the sewers.
The party then actually did a search for the when we actually got back, we ran into the what's the term? Healers of the Queen and the
the Blessed Maidens.
Are they blessed? They're called the Blessed Maidens. They're the Iron Maidens. No, Iron Maidens. Anyway, the people who work for the Queen. And initially we had a little bit of trouble trying to get information about what they may have found at the site, but then they decided they were going to open up and at least give us a little bit of information. They then left, leaving us to continue our separate investigation. And basically at that point we realised that Scar's kitty cat was not there anymore, and we were attacked by, again, vampire spawn.
Because hey,
why not?
Why not? One vampire is not enough.
No. So we ended up killing them all. My character got really, really annoyed, being that he took one of them down, and the priest of Pharasma decided that using his aerial or area of effect healing would be a good plan, and ended up destroying the vampire. Because why not?
Well, it's obvious against Korvosa.
Yeah, but there's no need to do it right then and there, as long as it happens.
Put that with my wallet later.
We then did an investigation of the corpses and whatnot, found a hole in the wall that was covered up. Well, actually, one of the vampires jumped into a big clump of dead bodies, we went looking for it. Found a hole in a wall leading into a doll factory, and followed it in, and ended up basically destroying it and working out that it was a vampire nest. So having destroyed the vampire nest, we had a inflated self of self-importance and accomplishment, and
I'm sure it was all deserved.
no, not really. Then we decided that we were going to take a couple of days off and work out what the magic items were that we found and divvy up any gold, platinum, etc. that we found. And that's sort of what we're up to now. Did I miss anything? I don't think I
I
missed
believe
anything.
you covered everything of importance for them.
Oh, I should mention, the doctor that was there was aware that I was Ruby One Kenobi's husband, and wanted to know why I hadn't told the Queen, or alerted the Queen to the fact that I was in the city and that that's who I was. And I had raised with him that we had gone to see the Queen, and she didn't seem interested in much of anything except our companion. And so, yeah, it never happened.
Oh, so we went for the body. We did one of our representatives. Is there some way to specifically she wasn't interested in her name?
The truth is, I'm stuck here because I can't do it.
The only big question I have is, whilst I can certainly understand if we want to people rest up and things, I'm not quite certain seeking looks of play is the only place to rest.
Well, some of them needed a bit of recovery time due to the fact of the drained.
Yeah.
And instead of spending all your funds on clerics, you took the 4 days to rest and recover everything.
Yeah.
And then doing light duties to catch up on stuff.
Yeah.
And joining us in while having our introduction was Josh.
Hello, I'm Josh. I play Harry Potter, the buffest wizard known to man. May have ate the dirt a few times last session, but still standing.
Yes. Did you? You actually got knocked to dying, didn't you?
Yeah. I ate the dirt. I went splat.
Which
And
doesn't.
it shocked everyone in our party that, yes,
Oh, yeah.
Harry sometimes eats dirt.
It's the first time for everything, right, buddy?
Listen, Harry's been unconscious before.
Yeah, I know.
He's
Not very often.
because it's a very rare occurrence when Harry...
And to be fair, it's not the first time Harry's ate dirt, but on the previous occasions, it's been on somewhat more amenable partners.
And I'm sure he has many a diary entry on that.
Yep. We don't talk about that book.
What? I because it's not Harry doesn't need to use the book to talk about it. He's got it all memorised.
No, listen, it's a bestseller under 50 Shades of Harry. Okay, listen.
Well, hey, your portraits still get around a lot.
Yes.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. You want to go into that family tree?
Well, just because you don't know exactly how many siblings you have,
Mm-hmm.
and you may actually have a grandniece many times down.
It's not so much a tree, it's just a very long hedge. Like what do you see in the UK? This long hedge all the way down the road. Yep.
And it goes down quite a way.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
But then you do have parents who like to reincarnate every now and then.
Yeah. Reincarnation is a wonderful thing.
And if they ever get elf, then they last for a long time.
An interesting way to do it.
Which is why they're on Pharasma's hit list.
Yeah.
What, you saying this is not natural?
Well, it depends on what they started out as. That's the big question.
I started out as a small parry, and then I grew into a menace.
Yes, though there are quite a few accidental kills on your list of stuff as well.
Oh, yep, I definitely am aware of that. I'm definitely aware of all the accidental oops. Hey, at least it looks spectacular when I let all those fireworks. This is one of the bits of child body going with it.
Well, I believe you're currently the only member left who still has a child killed.
Yep, I would agree with that. Because Juice is no longer with us, so yes, I am the reigning child killer in the party, which is not a good thing to say.
There's a time to hold
Child
on to.
murder
Yep.
champion.
Yep.
Yes.
Where's my championship belt?
I'm sure it will be the belt will come with a jacket, and it will be long sleeved, and it'll be nice and white and padded.
Wraparound sleeves.
Yep.
Yeah.
What could go wrong with that?
Yep, definitely. And the belt is literally chains, and I get no movement.
Oh, you get to sway, so some movement.
Exactly.
And also just joining us is Ross.
Yes, I play as is, who may soon be as was, or has been.
Well, these things happen when you have multiple lives.
Or as new, as will, and as begun. Yes, the War Priest of Pharasma, or previously known as Andre.
That's very funny, Martin. Harry of Muscle Man.
Well, I was going to say of the oil. Of the oil of muscle, but I went, Muscle Man sounds just is enough to confuse people.
So is the next one going to be of parry of village people?
No. Is it? It's Parry Macho Man. What? I literally see my championship belts, and I'm a wrestler. I've got the belt, I've all sorted out.
Really want a championship belt made out of children?
Just skin. Skin and teeth.
It'd be quite sharp.
With baby skulls.
For the, you know.
No, I was thinking horseshoes.
Thinking what?
Horseshoes. No particular reason.
Right. Yeah. Horseshoes. Sure.
Well, hey, there's only one person with a burning desire to deal with that.
Sure.
I'm looking forward to it.
You guys still hear me?
Yeah, we'll still hear you.
Okay, cool. Because my Discord just went completely black. Oh, there it is. Let's just fix it. There.
Okay.
It was fed up with the awful jokes. Discord said no.
Okay, so I am basically making sure that we cover various stories as we go, because that's what part of this bit is about. And you have 2 more to go in this small interlude.
Small interlude.
One of them was the sunken ship.
Yes.
The second one was the dirty rats.
Yes.
And the third one was the necking. Because apparently people just couldn't help it.
No.
Though I think we did gloss over that Scar's pet got severely damaged in the by the vampires.
Yeah, yellow like on being rabbit.
And may be out of action for many months.
It's okay, because he's our hospital body giant.
So what, normal heal won't work on him?
Oh, you can heal it, but it's not necessarily going to set the bone properly. So imagine if you heal the skin, but the bone's still fractured.
Yeah, but I thought I actually set the bones.
Well, you can set the bones, but that doesn't heal the bones.
Yeah, but then if I set the bones, then cast heal.
Yes, if you cast heal, you heal over the skin.
Okay. So we have and it would be had an angry fully cat.
But basically, as Kroll back in the day learnt, in Pathfinder, if you break things, they take a while to heal. And the more you break it, the longer it takes to heal. Because the body just doesn't like to heal bones with magic. You pretty much need a regen on a bone to get it to magically heal.
That's a level 6 spell, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you can't splint it and help the healing along. And if it bruises, make the bruising go away.
So what, you need to be, what's that, level 15 for that?
Something like that.
So we're now all level 15, I can cast regen on the cat.
If that's the case, then you will have missed about quite a few years of stuff happening.
Oh, then the cat's healed then.
And by the time you go to heal the cat, I think the cat died of old age in the time you spent leveling.
Yes. Yes.
Because each game year is 2 levels, so to accelerate yourself 10 levels would be 5 years.
Yeah, but this is a panther. Panther's normally level 5.
Depends on how old
Unless
it
this
is.
is, unless this is already an old cat on his, this is an elderly cat that he's got.
Depends on the cat. Not all cats will live a long time, especially with damage. Most animals don't survive fractures. Okay, so what I was going to do today was give everyone a chance to upgrade their items. And basically we will be taking all the excess items and dumping it on the Pathfinder Society. So you can swap in and out any items you want from that anytime you visit them. But I'm just going to give people, they'll have roughly 12 items they're carrying with them. Anything extra they get, they'll probably toss into the society if they're not using it.
I don't have 12 items.
That you will get 12 items by the end of today.
Oh, okay.
And the bill.
Because the items they get to pick from are in the player's handbook from levels 1 to 6. And the GM's book, levels 1 to 6. There's some crossover, but not a lot. And for you guys online, if you look in the chat, you'll actually see the same tables I've just given Peter.
Okay.
Not uncommon item?
Not uncommon, yes.
And if it turns out that there's no particular items at a level that we're keen for, it's okay to take one at a lower level?
At this stage, we may do that, yes, but we'll see what you've got and what you're interested in, because there's always something interesting you can do with items.
I haven't looked at them carefully, so well, I was looking back at Zarfox and noted the idea that I think he ended up with an extra level 3 item when I decided, oh no, none of the level 4s or something was I could use it for him, but yeah, I will take a look.
What the hell's Ghoulhide?
That's thinking the same thing.
Well, that's in the player's handbook too. So there is a lot of interesting stuff there. So by the end of today, you should each have 12 items. So this
What
is
was it after what level was it?
a level 6, only level 6. But previously you'd only had access to level 5, so I've actually upped the level 1 to make up for the fact that I'll be downsizing all your other gear.
So it's like you take 12 items, it's basically 2 of each level, is that right?
Yep, 2 of each. So technically there's 12 permanent and 12 consumables. So it all up there's 24 items. Mainly because we don't see much in the consumable play, and that will basically make your life a hell of a lot easier.
And the intent of, if you do use a consumable, it can be readily replaced next time you go to a Pathfinder Lodge. Is that right?
Every time you go to the Pathfinder Lodge, you can swap out or replace your consumables, or swap out and replace your permanent. And I'm intending to put all the items that you can swap out onto the gear section of the Pathfinder page. So anything that was set up there is technically game unless it's uncommon or rare. In those cases, then it might be only one available to the team. Except for the Wayfinder, which everyone but as is gets. And the Pathfinders will happily supply gear to as is, but probably not the uncommon items.
How do you tell if it's uncommon what it's in italics, is it?
It has a U after the name.
Oh.
Or an R after the name.
Okay.
So the main things are uncommon, rare, and unique. So you shouldn't see any unique items in the list.
And you see, the same way we can't take uncommon, obviously we also can't take rare.
That is
correct.
Not yet. Once I start pulling from all the other sources, it will expand rather quickly.
Yeah.
But I was going to give the base items and fix all the errata on them, so you'll always have the latest ruling. So we're not having to try to figure out what does this do. So, with that in mind, I am opening up the thing to have a look at, and technically there are a bunch of really interesting items at level 6.
Yeah.
I can't see anyone not taking 2 of those. And I will say that one character can take the uncommon option, but only one character in the party can have that item.
Yeah.
Any guess that happens to be a family heirloom that Harry has?
Well, I don't think they're not unique to any one particular character can get it. It's just the idea only one character can have one.
Yep.
If
Such
it turns
as-
out to be as is that's got it, then it may not be a family heirloom.
Oh,
It
the other statement was because he's not a Pathfinder, he doesn't get access to the uncommon items.
after his life.
Partly because he gets other benefits of every time he dies, he doesn't get a penalty other than forgetting what happened before he died.
Yeah. I used as is just to the fact that it was a character in the party that is specifically the one that does.
Okay, so did Harry have a desire to have a staff of control, elemental power, phantasms, protection, summoning the dead, the unblinking eye?
Sorry.
There's
So
a-
is this staff under S?
Oh, if you look under the 6th level permanent items, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different staffs.
Pretty hot what he thinks.
Sorry, what would this, where would this be, Martin? I'm on your website.
It's on the last page.
Have a look at the chat.
Oh no,
of-
second last page. Just now.
Have a look at the chat of the Discord server.
Oh, gotcha.
I made it simple by actually showing you. So this information is also available on the website under Pathfinder gear, but not sorted by level. It's sorted by type.
Gotcha.
Whereas sorting by level will make it easier for you to pick stuff. But you've also got two sets. You've got the top section being Player's Handbook 2 and the bottom section being GM Core.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, cool.
And the website has changed the name slightly so they're easier to find groupings of items. So you can find all the gloves, all the cloaks, all the hats. And that's why the site will be different, because it's about finding specific items that are types of items, not just finding a item. Did the battery get swapped over?
No, he don't get one. We are now $350 poor.
Sounds familiar.
Batteries are expensive.
We've just replaced the tyres too.
Ah, dude.
So yeah. And I had to repair a tire as well.
All the fun
So
things that
pretty much
happen.
I'll just be down there already.
Okay, so with the bracelet of dashing, is that the sprinting one or looking dashing?
Ooh, okay.
Hectic movement.
Okay.
If it's the looking impressive, I would recommend that for Harry.
So is that the worn item?
Yeah.
So bracelet of dashing is on page 286.
Fairly certain it's a movement based here.
Bracelet of dashing. This jangling silver bracelet makes you lighter on your feet, giving you a +1 item bonus to all acrobatic checks. You can activate it as a jangling dash. Once per day, you gain a +10 foot status bonus to speed for 1 minute. So literally, it makes you faster or more acrobatic.
Cool.
But the acrobatic is always on, and you get a once per day action, which is also concentrate. So just be aware that if you're doing that speed, you can't do anything else with concentrate. Because I believe you have to do the sustain action each round to concentrate on keeping it running.
Yeah.
Is that something that appeals to someone? Because that is a level 3 item. Does anyone wish to be more acrobatic?
should do is double check the items I've got and confirm whether I want to change any of them.
If you want to keep any of them, just tell me and I'll put them down, and you'll have a big list of items added to your character sheet in the next few weeks, saying what you currently have. So if there's any questions, it's like, here's what you've got, and you can swap it out at any point when you're at the Pathfinder Society. Though Willie's got the hand wraps don't count towards his items.
Stop! Can't get them off.
What the hand wraps of mighty blows?
Yep.
With the rune, can they be put into weapons?
The runes, yes they can, but you must have a weapon capable of taking it first.
And where can I find those ones?
So basically, if you get the weapon +1, you can have one rune on it.
Okay, cool.
So the striking rune does not count toward the rune +1. It can be added to the A weapon +1. But a striking rune cannot be added to a non-magical weapon. So you go +1, then you add striking, then you can do +2, and then you do improved striking or something like that, and then +3 with greater striking, I think it is.
Okay. So what does striking do?
Striking is it adds an extra dice of damage.
An extra dice.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're talking weapons, you've got to effectively build them up if you're improving them. They start with a +1 power or something?
Potency rune.
Potency, yeah. So, and that gives you a +1 to hit. And then you +1 striking, so they can add extra die damage. So, and then you can either get +2 potency and a +1 striking, or etc. And then you get other property runes on the weapon.
Okay.
That might be like
so with that striking,
Yep.
if I put it on a dagger,
Yep.
since the dagger is classed as a holy item, I upgrade it to a 6. So does that mean I'll be rolling 2d6 or
Yes.
a 6 and a 4?
It will be 2d6.
the extra die of the damage of the weapon. Martin,
Yep.
what might be easier from my end? Because I'm actually just looking at the items that we've got, like when you go through, and thinking that I don't think there's any new ones that are going to be vital. But I've got to, there's going to be extra ones you've got to take in, because there's more things available.
I was going to say, look at the Player Core 2 stuff for items, because that's not going to be things you don't have, but I'm happy to take the ones you already have.
I just don't know, like, there's certainly some that I don't think I've got to change in, things like +1 stunt leather type stuff, which was a level 5 item.
So that's the stunted leather.
What I will do is I'll make a message in the chat to put what I've already got. Is that easiest?
That would be fantastic, though I'm also happy if you just tell me, because everyone else is doing their thing.
Okay, yeah, in that case. So level 5 +1 stunted leather. Level 3 charlatan's gloves.
I was looking at that. What does that actually do?
It's basically a +1 to thievery checks.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Plus another level 3, the crafter's eyepiece.
Is that for you to aid you in making your explosives and potions?
Yeah, it's a +1 to crafting checks. So.
Yep.
Can you actually make mutagens?
Mutagens, I could, yeah.
So how does mutagens work?
Mutagens are just like a version of potion that is slightly different.
All it is it's just, instead of the potion having, say, an explosive effect like a bomb, it causes you to
Transform.
get capsized or grow longer legs or something like that.
So a mutagen gives you a bonus with a penalty. A potion gives you a bonus, a flat bonus, but a mutagen is a bonus with a penalty. Always with a penalty.
Level 1 item item within a sigil.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Level 4 spacious pouch 1.
Yep.
And then 2 that I'm not certain how they count, but the Wayfinder is a level 2 item, but that actually counts once for 12, or that's an extra.
That is a spare item.
It will happen. And then I've also got noted down, you picked up the Sahedron rune from Dibinos, the husband of Zero.
That's also a different one.
Um,
You can, your special items you can leave behind if possible. With the Pathfinders, there will only be a certain number of those, but there will be things that people can add to their character listed as that will be listed as special.
when needed. I'm certainly happy that he doesn't need to carry this hedgehog rune, because at this stage going to be what it does. But it also, on the flip side, hey, it's a Thassilonian artifact. Wow!
And the
Have you got
Sahedron,
the alchemist goggles?
and he does know that the Sahedron rune activates various items in Thassilonian, so he wants to carry it with him.
Yeah, that's what I'll be saying, yeah. And in answer to your question, I do have an item wish list that includes the alchemist goggles and the bracelet of dashing, but I've got to have a look at them more carefully.
Okay, so we're going to welcome M, who's just made it online.
Greetings. Hello from stars. I play your soul seeking in the stars.
The witch!
Witch. Yes, there's a witch. Jasper. He is very obsessed with the stars and astrological things. Probably to the detriment of other things. But he is starting to you know, grow in a few members of this party, particularly Scar and Willie, who apparently really like cats. And can be a bit of a nuisance for other people.
Hey. Zarthok got nothing particular against you. You're apparently happy to listen in lecture. You at least got as much apparent interest on your face as most people do when they listen to it.
I think Jasper will probably start having conversations with you about potions and stuff, because
Exactly.
I actually need to do that list of known potions. I just, like, every time I think about it, I forget again, and then don't do it, and then, oh look, it's game day.
Well, considering if you look in the chat part of Discord, you'll see technically all the items that the characters are going to be able to juggle between to see what suits their character best.
Yep.
And I was giving each of them an option to select 2 permanents and 2 consumables of each level.
Oh, yep.
So the idea is every time they go to the Pathfinder Society, they can pretty much swap out to that.
Uh-huh.
Though they will be reprimanded if they lose permanent items.
Yep.
Or if it comes out that they've been selling items to then go back and get more items.
Yeah, that wouldn't go down well.
Yep. Yeah.
Just because we do have some characters who go, hey, I can make a fortune off this.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, these are unscrupulous.
But I've
What would
opened.
be carrying?
So the other thing that has been opened up is PCs. One player character can take one of the an uncommon option. If they take it, none of the other players can. So they are locked out to whichever player takes it, because there will only be one uncommon one of the uncommon options available to the party.
So basically I need one each level that would go on for party, is that right?
There's sometimes more than one at the level.
Well, but you know what I mean, no, because I guess yes, because technically everyone could have a level 6 uncommon as long as it was different.
Yes.
So what was Ghoul Hide? Or would I actually take offence if somebody was running around with that?
Okay. Currently, Peter's got the book with the Ghoul Hide in it. So, do you have access to Players Core 2, Ross?
Somewhere. Oh, I see.
All the archives of Nethys.
I forgot about that. I've got that stupid little app that should be in there.
So sorry, could I miss the beginning explanation? It's 2 each of a permanent and consumable item for each level. So say I'm looking at a level 1 permanent item, Walking Cauldron.
Yep.
And then like a level 2 permanent item being say like a +1 weapon proficiency. Is that right?
Yep. And this is going to replace your items so you can and the thing is, you're not locked into this. Anytime you go back to the Pathfinder Lodge, you can change it out. This is going to be the ongoing thing for the characters.
So the Walking Cauldron, is that inspired by the Magic Pudding?
Quite possibly. Very good for witches.
I initially was looking at it, and I ended up getting a spacious pouch instead. Like, obviously it's not the same level, but I found that to be more useful.
Fortunately, we don't have a PDF of the GM Core. Does it have explanations of like what these items are and do?
It does.
Right, in the books they do, yeah. In the Walking Cauldron guys, have you ever seen it?
No, I don't have a PDF of the GM Core. I have the PDF of the.
You've got to find it, but not the core.
What page does it say it's on?
Hmm?
What page does it say it's on?
Core 2. Is it in the main Core 2? Or is there a GM Core 2 as well?
So if it's under these are in the player's core, that's the GM core. If it's above these are the player core, that's the actual player core 2 items.
Oh, okay.
Because the text came after the pictures.
Useful.
Because if you scroll up, there's no text above it, so it's like, hey, well, I'm sure you'll figure it out. But so if it's in the bottom 2 images, walking cauldron, so it's 297 of the players of the GM core.
Yeah, I've got it here if you want. I can read it.
So all fixed now?
Yep.
Lock up?
Yeah.
Did you end up telling him about the walking cauldron?
I didn't hear whether it was a computer or not.
I thought you were talking in it, and I'm like, I was supposed to talk in it anyway, and
So you can have it walk behind you at a speed of 25 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And as a single action, which has the auditory and concentrate traits, you command the cauldron to either follow you or to stand in place. It does its best to remain within 30 feet of you, but it's too imprecise to predict direct combat encounter. And it can carry up to 2 bulk of ingredients for potions or other liquids inside of itself while following you. but if overloaded or if you put anything else inside it, it stands in place and refuses to move until 10 minutes after you remove the excess.
Right.
So, yes, thematically it's nice, but the level 4 spacious pouch is a lot more useful.
What's the check penalty on armour?
That's if you haven't got a high enough strength or dexterity to wear it, I think, from memory.
Yeah, so say like, I think like, Juza was wearing like, I think scale, mail, but I had a strength of like +5, so I didn't have to do the check to like have my speed reduced.
Okay. So was it the check penalty is what you need that for the strength?
Yeah.
Or is it afterwards it says strength +2?
While wearing this armour, you take this penalty to strength and dex-based skill checks, except for those that have the attack trait. If you meet the armour strength threshold, you don't take this penalty.
Cool. Yeah, unfortunately you still take the dex cap.
Yeah, you still take the dex cap, but you don't have to do the other check.
So the ghoul hide is basically ghoul skin stitched together, makes you immune to stench of ghouls. It's a +1 hide armour, and you get the +1 bonus against curses. So if you want to look like Frankenstein, yeah, go ahead. This would be good for Parry, because he did wanted his wrestling trophy made out of kids.
Huh. You do realise I can't wear high armor with it.
I know, but it still look great on you.
So
Just wear it as a fashion statement.
So you can get explorer's clothes and you can enchant them. As if you guys didn't actually know that, because explorer's clothing counts as unarmored, and you can actually put any of the armor enchantments on there.
That's useful for Parry and for
Yeah. Does Jasper have a familiar?
yes.
Because
That crow is my familiar.
okay, there's one thing that might be of interest there, like if you're looking at the walking cauldron for the storage capacity, another level 4 item, like the spacious pouch, is fluid storage. It basically they act as a bag of holding, but you can actually also put your familiar in one of your sleeves. And it can survive in that empty rental space for comfortably for an hour. Depending on how you want to go to just put away somewhere. Might be something to consider.
What was that called, sorry?
Sleeves of storage.
Sleeves of storage.
Advanced player, page 263.
Oh, is that the old advanced player?
No, that's in the GM Core 2. Sorry, GM Core.
Oh. Right, I don't have a PDF of the GM. Cool.
I thought I was looking at Pathfinder 2. Advanced player, right? It's definitely second edition. And yeah, from 2020. It's going to be an old one or the new one?
So if you're looking at the core rules, that is the one before they went and removed every Wizards of the Coast reference.
Yeah, if it says advanced player guide on it, then it's version 1 or
version 1 as well as Pathfinder 2 version 2 or Pathfinder 2 version
2. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what to buy. Yes, so I can find.
Which is really annoying because the advanced player guide does have some really cool stuff in it, but as Martin said, that all got superseded when like 2.1 and 2.2 core came out.
And the player's Core 2 does all the mutagens and a bunch of extra items for you.
Mm. Yeah, but I think the second edition, like the 2 has a green tag on it, and the old ones have like this beige color. So like my advanced player's guide, it says second edition, but it's in like a beige color on that front cover.
No, that's the... So you can sort of see that's the new book. Or it can't, not easy to read on there.
Mm-hmm.
But it is the how they've changed it all with green sides instead of red sides.
Yeah.
Which is not confusing at all.
I recommend the idea of going and looking at the back pages and confirming, hey, what's the copyright date?
Yeah.
Noting that year in my empty name. Let me know. Ah, yes, that's it all. That's the previous version, but no longer valid.
Yeah, though I have the nice glossy red cover. But it's sort of a shame that it's now sort of superseded. I'm going to grab items and convert them all across. But that's going to take time. I'm just thought we may as well start off with everyone on the same foot.
Yep, no, absolutely.
Yeah, so for instance, like my PDF version of Core 2 says 2024 on it.
So that would be an updated version.
Yeah. And my Core 1 book has 2023.
That would also be updated.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're both up to date.
I just don't have access. I could probably find the
You could also do
the
archives.
edition.
You could also do archives of Nethys and just look up those items specifically.
Yeah.
That's why I've only given you the tables representing the levels.
Yeah.
If they're not on those two tables, they shouldn't be available just yet.
Yeah.
Because like, you want to double check the items that I already had there and make sure they are on the table. I'll check the assumption I'll go through, but I probably was looking at least the
Each of the items you told me: spacious pouch, charlatan's gloves, crafter's eyepiece, armor +1, ring of sigils. They're all in the books because I can confirm I looked at those ones today.
Okay, good. That's right then. I'm glad that I have been inadvertently cheating.
If you had of taken one that wasn't, I would have told you by now. Has Parry seen any desired item that he'd like to know more about?
I am going to take a... I'm going to take a third level permanent item from the GM, and that is Mage's Hat.
Mm-hmm.
I only got a hat.
I'm still having a look. There's a lot of things here. I was looking at the...
And remember, you don't have to be perfect. Every time you go to the Pathfinder Lodge, you can change it.
Yeah. I was looking at... Which staff did I look at? There's one in the...
There's quite a few staffs available.
There are. Lots of staffs.
There are 13 of them. So the handiness of putting it onto the website is I can now click and go through and see items of all different types. The only thing it doesn't have is the levels 2 to 6 from Players Core 2. That's why I ran out of steam. But I do like the fact that the mutagens are back in the game. Because
I looked at those and went,
they're pretty good. They give you a bonus with a penalty.
yeah.
And
Penalties for me weren't.
Garthok can make a few with it, but he hasn't normally gone down that pathway too much. Like in the sense that he has the formulas for a few mutagens.
Yep. So, is there a staff in particular there you'd like to add to your list?
I think in everything I've just been researching,
And Ross, did you have any staffs that you were thinking of adding to as is?
I was thinking of probably... wasn't really thinking of going for a staff. So, with the... check the staff. Alright,
I was looking at the staff
Sorry,
of
that needs
elemental power one.
Yeah, staff of elemental power. We can note that down until you find something else.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I've gone through pretty much like all of the staffs, and I mean, maybe other than Darth of Control, because you know,
Parry?
Harry.
what does Staff of the Dead do?
Okay.
Probably necromancy.
Yeah.
My guess.
Fingers crossed.
Staff of the Dead, page 280.
You gain a +1 status bonus to diplomacy checks to make a request.
This twisted and grime-looking staff is adorned with hideous skull and bone motif. Creatures summoned using this staff gain temporary hit points equal to the level of spell used to summon them. So, Void Warp, Grin Tentacles, Summon Undead, Peaceful Rests, and Summon Undead.
Peaceful Rest?
Yep.
That's a summon?
Well, it's about the dead.
That preserves the body, doesn't it?
Yep. I can get those. But then again, you should be able to look up the spell Peaceful Dead elsewhere. Whereas the Staff of Elemental Power does give Parry some extra magical capacity.
Ultimate!
Actually,
Unlimited power!
Yes.
Actually, Martin.
Yep.
I might take the Staff of Control.
It's okay. Can do that.
Charm, Command, Daze, laughing fit and stupefied. That's pretty alright. And then +1 status bonus to diplomacy, I'll take it.
Okay, so that does work pretty well. Did anyone else have a level 6 item they wanted to add to their character? You didn't figure one out?
I ended up grabbing an Elixir of Life, level 5, and an Elixir of Dark Vision, level 4. That was it. And that took me up to...
You could get 2 elixirs of life if you wanted them.
I could, but that'd take me over 12 items.
No, it's technically 24 items. 2 of permanent and 2 of consumable. So Elixir of Dark Vision at level 4.
I'm assuming I get to keep the other items I've got.
You can... it's basically figuring out how they all fit in and work, because some of the items didn't translate well between versions.
So that's why I got marked the list of the items that I already had, and I'm planning on keeping, if possible.
I have no problem for you keeping the items, just got to make sure they all fit in.
Yeah, so Holy Symbol of Abadar.
Okay. That will be, maybe...
That's got the rune that allows me, if I make a save on a deception check, it becomes a critical save.
Mm-hmm.
So, good, but I've never used it. Anti-Plague, the Twinning Staff.
And the Twinning Staff, I believe, is a level 4 item.
I've got the Pharasma Holy Symbol. It's not magical as far as I'm aware, but it's a thing.
Yep.
That holding that came from Korvosa's dead character.
Which will be converted over to the spacious pouch.
I've got my wraps.
Mm-hmm. I've got that noted down already.
I've got the armor rune for my clothes.
+1 armor,
Yeah, basically.
which is a level 5.
Yep.
3 potions of water breathing.
I think they're level 3 or 2, to be honest, for those ones. Ocean of water breathing is level 3. Do you want to have all 3 potions?
That's what I've got.
Yep.
And again, the Elixir of Life with the Elixir of Dark Vision. And I've got a Key of Abadar that I'm not sure what it does because you didn't tell me.
Is that the key not given when we first arrived here?
No, that's something they found in the last session.
Mm.
Oh, okay, you just got one? Yeah.
Yep. Okay, did Jasper have anything Jasper would like to add?
I'm just having a look at some of them. I was looking at the clandestine cloak. Seems pretty useful as a cat person to become like nondescript because I'm pretty unusual.
Well, no one's taken that, so you can be the only person to take it if you wish.
It was one that I noted down that could be useful, but I also know it was uncommon, so it's only one per party. I've got no problem with Jasper.
Oh right, sorry, I couldn't see the U next to it in the tiny little photo.
There's no problem with that, but no one else has claimed it, so...
Well, if people don't mind, that sounds pretty useful. At least, like the sound of it sounds useful.
Yeah. And absolutely, like that. So it's a +1 stealth. It's always good. So.
And also the fact that I become like kind of nondescript background character vibes.
It was part of the reason why Zarfok didn't necessarily leap at the opportunity to grab that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Although originally, I was looking at it thinking, well, technically you only become a background nondescript when you actually pull the hood up, like when you're trying to be stealthy. So I thought, oh, yeah, it's good enough to do it.
Okay.
Something else people might be interested in
Is it
level 6 got the child resistance, which is basically resistance 5 against a elemental type.
And what was that, Josh?
Is it bad that I looked up Twisting Twine and the only thing that I thought was Jasper with a ball of yarn?
I'm currently looking at twining stuff, and its description is almost along that lines of a small flat disc made of twigs. It could be a small flat disc, small flat thing of yarn.
That is what Willie pulls out every now and then. So
It's
Willie
very
does have
useful.
one.
Very useful.
So there's no problem with multiple people having it.
Yeah.
Would you like me to add that to your character?
What'd you get? Twisting Staff.
Twinning staff.
Twinning.
If you want to use probably for weapons, it's very useful.
No,
So since it's saying was it
Sorry,
striking?
Ross, could you go?
Yeah. Since it's saying it was a +1 striking start, does that mean you actually roll 2d8 with
Yes.
attacking there?
Anything with the word striking means you roll double the base dice.
And if you get a +1 to hit, it's a +1 striking.
Yeah, anything that's striking has to be +1 to become striking. And what was that, Josh? You were going to say?
Oh, sorry, I'm talking to him. I'll just put
Okay.
my mind up and just talk to him.
So,
Yeah,
Ross.
this is the staff that Willie's got, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep. Do you have anything you'd like to add to your character?
Can you put runes on a named item as such?
No, because you have to put the +1 potency on it if it doesn't already have it, and not all items like to have that added.
I was just wondering if with the bloodletting crookery, if you could put a returning on that.
Okay,
Really?
let me see.
That's already got the +1.
It's got a +1 of striking already on the dagger. Oh, weapon.
And what page is it on?
It is on 241.
241. Okay. That's why I've given you the table, so you can actually just point me to exactly where it needs to be and keep track of it. So... The other thing to keep in mind is the specific weapons.
Or it might be just easy just to do a standard dagger and put striking, +1 striking on it.
Basically, the rules on the specific magical weapons is you cannot etch or transfer any property runes onto a specific weapon that it doesn't already have. You can't remove its property rune.
Cool.
So bloodletting kukuri is it.
Already got that.
Nothing to add onto it.
But if I do like the standard dagger, I could go for having it silver, then being a +1 of striking, and then a rune of some sort on it.
You could, yes.
We don't have during the party or someone else use it primal for their spellcasting druid.
Our witch could
So-
potentially be doing primal depending on what she's taken.
Mm.
And so Ross, did you have... So what items would you like?
Well, I was thinking of getting a silver dagger with a +1
So
striking.
silver dagger would be what level?
Okay, well the
Okay. Because basically
the weapon is a strike-1 striking weapon.
it's a level
is
2
4th
weapon.
level.
No, if you've got to do each of the things. You can't just say all of them. You wanted a silver dagger, so it's a silver weapon, which is a level 2 item.
Yep.
So, and then you wanted to make it magical.
Yeah, with the
Magical striking.
Yeah, the +1 strike.
Which would be a level 4 item.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually a level 2 and a level 4.
No, you can actually get it just at the +1 striking, I believe. Actually, I think you're right, Jeremy. I think you actually do got to take it at each level, so it counts as another level 2 and a level 4.
Yeah, that's what I thought of you. I think silver is... That was a level 2, correct?
Yep.
Silver weapon low grade is a level 2. And so basically, a silver dagger, a +1 silver dagger would count as your 2 permanent items at level 2.
Yeah. And then I also wanted to put the returning rune on it. So that basically, when I throw it, it comes back to my hand, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. And so returning is a level 3 permanent. And you can't put any more runes on it. You can only take 1 rune.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because you can't, if you were trying to put anything else on there, it would require you to upgrade to a +2 first. The plus is how many other runes you can put on there.
It's +2.
Yeah. So what is a level for a +2 of striking? Just for curiosity's sake.
Sorry, I was trying to hear 2 people at once. I think a +2 is quite a few levels above.
So if 1 is 4 and 2 is 8?
Possibly.
When you get +3 is the maximum.
Well, +3 is 16.
Oh shit, okay.
+2 on the +2 striking you can. No, so +2 weapon potency is your technical item. +2 weapon potency move is a 10th level.
No, +2 striking weapon is.
So
That's
if you
sorry,
look at the table, it's also for the potency as well.
yeah.
So the strike.
+2 potency.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because remember, actually +2 striking means that it's got the striking rune as opposed to the greater striking,
Yep.
which is the 3 A's.
Okay, so yeah, you're at least 4 levels away from that.
Okay. What does Healer's Glove do? That's on page 290.
290. Healer's Gloves give you a +1 item bonus to medicine, and you have a once per day Healer's Touch, where you can touch someone restoring 2d6 + 7 hit points as a single manipulate action. But you can't harm undead with that.
No. With the
That's
even the magic gets even the positive from the thing don't harm. Okay, fair enough.
Yes. Would you like that as your level 4 item, giving you extra healing?
Yeah, that would be useful.
Yep.
Can I please add the rune of returning to my staff?
Is it a +1 staff?
Do I have to make it a +1?
It needs to be a +1 to take a property rune, but are you planning on throwing your staff away?
It's more if I get disarmed.
Let me have a look at the actual rune to confirm it, because it may be only on thrown weapons. When you make a thrown strike with this weapon, it flies back to your hand after the strike is complete.
I'm going to throw my staff at things.
That would be very useful for Caduceus axes. Not so much anymore.
And it's required to be a thrown weapon only. So if the weapon is not a thrown weapon, then you don't get to put it on there.
That's fair. Sorry, I was zooming out that way. Sorry.
It's all good.
Martin?
Yep.
One thing I don't know whether you considered or whether you want to consider, with the ability to regain consumables every time we go via a Pathfinder Lodge.
Yep.
Does that technically also apply to if, say, wizards or alchemists decide to use their consumable items as scrolls to then copy them into scroll books into formula books. And then, oh, I've got another spell now. Oh, yep, copy that one. I've got another spell. Copy that one.
Though I believe it will take you time to consume it, to write it in.
It'll take time, but it becomes a very, it would be a lot faster to try and fill it books. You spell books or formula books.
I am happy as long as it makes sense and it's part of the story.
And that.
It's also the same as I'm expecting each character to be able to fill up on a certain amount of gold as well to get them by, just that they'll be dumping the rest of their gold on the Pathfinder Society.
Yeah.
I need my
I
gold.
think that's part of what we do, the items is being...
I'm serious, I need my gold.
Yeah.
That way you've always got... Go Ross?
Yeah. What does the shark tooth charm do? That's on 267.
Okay. When you activate it, you can attempt an escape using acrobatics for +1 item bonus to the check. If you succeed, you get a critical success.
Okay.
And if you roll a if you roll a critical failure, you get a failure instead.
Oh, okay.
If you fail the acrobatic check against a grabbing creature, the creature must either release you as a free action or take 2d6 piercing damage as the shark teeth momentarily emerge from your skin. So it's a very good thing to get you out of trouble as a one-use item. So, where you had Parry being, Scar actually being grappled by the 2 vampires, he could have dropped this out and bit them back. And even if you've already got an uncommon item at a level, you can literally be the only person with uncommon items if you select them and no one else has.
Fair enough.
So you can simply do the I've got to collect them all, and then everyone else will be going, oh.
Oh, why?
So you two can look like Frankenstein, so you get the ghoul hide.
Is ghoul hide uncommon?
I would have to look at the player core
That
too.
doesn't matter.
It looks like it's got a U at the end of it.
Yeah, it does.
I'm actually looking at some of the other stuff.
Yeah,
The verdant staff looks really cool. Tangle vine. Runic body. Glowing runes appear on the target's body. All unarmed attacks become. Oh, that would be good to cast on like Lily.
What?
All unarmed attacks become +1 striking unarmed attacks, gaining them a 1 item bonus to attack rolls, increasing the number of damage dice to 2.
So it would be completely it would be ineffective on him because he already has that.
Yeah. My rap's give me that.
The ones he can't remove because they've become part of his skin.
My wife.
Who else is a heavy hitter in our party? Scar, maybe?
He doesn't. He always uses. He only ever uses weapons. He never does unarmed. Unless, of course, he's trying to get kisses from people who don't want to. It may help him survive the next time he's king hit by a rather orc matron.
I mean, at least the other spells like Entangling Flora, the Burst burst tangle, and it also has tangle mine. Broken resistant.
There are lots of options at your capacity right now.
So I'm wondering whether I swap the twinning staff, the verdant staff.
You could almost take both because the twinning staff can be put in your pocket until you need it.
True, but I can only get 2 permanent items, right?
No.
To each level. So you've got 12 permanent items by the end.
So 12 permanent items and 12 consumable items.
Unless, of course, you get them combined into one, like the +1 strike is silver dagger, counts as 3 separate items in itself.
Oh, so I can pick 2. So I can pick multiple permanent items from, say, the 6th level permanent items. So I thought it was 2 from, like, the level 1 permanent, 2 from the level 2 permanent.
So you didn't actually read the text at the bottom of all the images?
No, I didn't understand it.
So players get the chance to swap out all their items for 2 of each level permanent and 2 of each level consumable.
Yeah, when I read each level, I thought it meant like to find 2 items of that level, not holistically.
Holistically. And and you can literally go and swap them out again anytime you go to the Pathfinder Lodge.
Oh, that's really cool. Alright.
So it then becomes on the players what they want.
Oh.
With the Wayfinder being a special item for certain people that Jasper hasn't got yet.
Right.
With that in mind, will you want any of those other items there? Looking at the other book. Because there's plenty of good things in there. Also helps I have a PDF I can scan. Okay, so back to Ross. Have you looked at any other items you'd like to add to your character?
Still looking.
Well, with what you've got, I do recommend the Staff of Healing as a extra boost for you, because you did go down the healing stick.
Oh, there's a Staff of Healing. I didn't see that one.
Level 5.
Yeah, it's a... Would you like me to add that in there for you?
Yeah, well, I haven't taken a level 5 one, have I?
Actually, it's a level 4.
Oh, level 4. That's probably one reason why I couldn't see it, because I was looking at 5.
Sorry.
Okay. I've already taken... got a +1 striking weapon, and I've taken the Healer's Club.
Well, how about a Staff of Protection then? And ramp up your support of the party.
Yeah, well, that is a level 6 one, yeah.
It is.
Well, but as we're discussing also, if you decided you really wanted Staff of Healing, you could take a level 4 instead of a level 5.
Would you like to do that instead?
One thing that I would probably recommend everyone for level 5 is the +1 armor, like that.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
So I think I would certainly recommend most people have one of their level 5s be a +1 to their armor.
So the rune of vitalizing what does that actually do?
Okay. What page does it say it's on?
That is on 239.
Vitalization. It's etched onto a weapon, which means you don't have anything you can stick it on at the moment. It makes it pulse with vital energy, dealing an extra d6 persistent vitality damage to undead. On a critical hit, the undead is also enfeebled 1 turn until the end of your turn. So if you remove returning, you could put vitalizing on instead. You can't have both, unfortunately.
I must have a different weapon.
Or I put it on a different weapon. But then I can't do the fact that a different weapon is a 4th level weapon, correct?
Well, you'll be chewing up all your higher level items to give yourself a second magical weapon.
Yeah, I still like the idea of throwing it and coming back and doing 2d6 damage on vampires and other things.
Although, just to be certain, your ability to increase the damage effect of the weapon that applies to missile or fire weapons?
Yeah, it's only on daggers.
Yeah, but it's not just melee?
Well, it's a dagger.
Okay.
So it upgrades the dice from a d4 to a d6.
Okay. So, like I said, I hadn't looked at what the ability was. I was assuming it's class ability.
It is the thing that refers to if you're already trained with the weapon type, it increases the dice by 1.
Okay.
And so if it was a martial weapon he didn't have, then he would just get the base proficiency with it and no bonus.
Yeah, that makes sense. In this case, it certainly doesn't make any difference because it's really missile or fire.
Yeah, and I remember that one because it's a nice little one to have. So did you have anything else you'd like to add on there?
What does +1 armor proficiency do?
Potency.
Potency, I should say, yeah.
So
226.
Yeah, that's where you enchant armor to give a +1 to your armor class.
It's something I recommend people have.
So what's the difference between that and armor +1?
Armor +1 is a specific suit of armor that you select at +1, and that means that it will not be a special material. It will only be the base magical item.
But then can you put that rune on that +1?
It's already got the rune on it at that stage. So you either get the rune to put onto a special material, or you just buy the +1 armor.
Oh, okay, so for instance, you've got that cold iron armor, and then you put the +1 armor proficiency on top of that.
That is correct. Otherwise, if you could have saved yourself 1 slot if you didn't get a silver dagger and just gotten a weapon +1. But because you wanted a silver dagger, you had to get the silver first, and then enchant it with the +1 potency, and then enchant it with the striking.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted silver because you're saying that some creatures are only affected by silver, not...
That is correct.
Even if it was magical.
That is correct. And there's a lot of those creatures in the area. And it will make your life a lot easier. So, Jeremy, did you have any other items you thought about adding?
I'm still looking at the moment. I'm probably going towards the a chart of resistance.
What level's that?
Level 6. Probably, 5 seems to be the weakest one. Hey, Alchemist might give himself a quick burn occasionally.
Jeremy, you said you took the spacious pouch.
Yep.
Like the first, the type 1.
That's a level 4 item.
Level 4 item.
Yes. I might take that as well, Mom.
Yep.
Please.
That's why I'm giving everyone the options of having. This is what your guys will be doing in your downtime and cleaning up your items so you've got what you need.
Yep. Yep.
And any other items you may have had, we can just add to the Pathfinder Lodge and say there's all the extra items if you need them down the track. So Josh, have you thought of any other items to add?
Yes, I have. I was gonna take Jeremy's advice and put a +1 on my my
Clothes?
my clothes, yeah. My clothes, or whatever, yeah.
Explorer's clothes is what you put it on.
Yeah, sorry, Explorer's clothes, that one.
I might do that as well because having more AC is always really handy.
Worth everybody having it, particularly if they've got anything else to do with the 5th level. Hey, I'd even tempted to call a 6th level for the 5th, for the +1 armor.
Is that the 5th level permanent item? Or
Yes,
is that...
it is one of your 2 5th level permanent items. And Josh, if you haven't seen it, Sleeves of Storage actually work well with you and a familiar.
I was looking at that.
My question with that is mine already has an ability that, like, if it gets attacked, it has a can. I think it's a cancer.
You can make it appear and disappear quickly, but a venom, the sleeves would mean you wouldn't have to make it appear or disappear. You can just put it in a timeout for up to an hour and bring it out without anyone knowing.
You just got to bring it out after the hour.
I think this was actually already given to me, Martin, but I'm pretty sure that I have a lifting belt.
Would you like to keep the lifting belt?
Yes.
And what level item is
That
that?
was, I can't remember who gave it to me, but I think it was like before we went on the ship and stuff.
Wasn't it the
Wasn't
wizard?
it after the Golden Goblet?
Well,
You got it from the wizard, didn't you?
Level
The
4.
big beefy.
Oh, that's right.
Kept having his,
That's right. The
memory
guy from
device.
the guy from the Wizards. Yeah.
And this is where you can choose to keep or swap them out.
Because you can either keep it as one of your items at that level, or you're giving it back to the Pathfinder Society and taking a different item, finding wood.
Oh, that one lifting belt makes me
I mean, that's the thing. I stuck with all
That is my wrestling championship right there.
Yeah.
So look, you actually do have your championship belt on you.
Yes. When I saw the lifting belt, I went, hang on, I've already got that. Which
But
means also probably my character sheet is wrong, because it gives me a +1 to athletics.
Quite possibly, this is partly why I'm doing this, so we can all make sure we know what bonuses we have.
Yeah, plus.
So, Em, do you know if your witch uses occult magic?
I do use occult magic.
Because there is the pendant of the occult.
I probably haven't got down to that yet. I was starting from a high, like 6th level, working my way down. So we're...
That is a level 3 permanent worn item. 293. Because I'm just trying to find things that I know would really go well with people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, pendant of the occult, there it is.
You get a +1
Yes.
item bonus to occultism checks.
Yes, that would be super handy for me. Would that mean I get a +2 to my spell my spell attack rolls as well, or does that not?
To occultism checks, not to spell attacks.
Or just to occultism rolls? I mean, that's still pretty good, because I already have a plus 15 in occultism, so like a plus 17 as a level 6 character sounds pretty good.
And you don't have to prepare the guidance cantrip because you get it with the pendant.
If I already have guidance,
You can swap it out, yes.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Or like, yeah, like swap another spell in, yeah.
That was the idea, is you basically get these items that will help you.
Yeah. That means I would learn...
Well, worry about the cantrip later, sort out your items.
Yeah.
Has Willie found another item he liked?
I have 2 iron stones.
Which ones?
The Preserve, which is level 5,
Mm-hmm.
and Sprouting, which is level 6.
We noted, of course, that the ironstones are all uncommon, so you only get one at a time. Or one each time.
Ah,
So,
okay.
I just haven't like myself and thinking, oh, hang on, what's the resonant power? Because we've all got a Pathfinder, or both of us.
so that means Willie gets 2 of the stones.
And they will go into my Wayfinder?
One will go in your Wayfinder.
Only one.
And give you a resonant ability.
I've got Channel Protection Amulet.
Yep.
It's on 286. What does that actually do?
286. Channel Protection Amulet. It's an uncommon item though.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it when we're in this amulet, you gain resistance 5 against damage from harm spells. So it particularly protects you from harm, or if you're undead, from heal.
Oh, okay.
That's all it does.
Yeah. And the Coyote Cloak, that's on 287.
Coyote Cloak is a +1 item bonus to survival, and if you critically succeed at your survival check to subsist, you can feed twice as many additional creatures.
Oh, okay.
It's a great Scar item if Scar wanted it, but you could also use it if you want to do sustenance.
I am trying to survive too.
Would you like me to tack that in as one of your level 3 permanent items? You can always change it. Just
Yeah.
better to fill it in and change it than to just leave it blank.
Sorry,
Just-
did you say plus... Oh, sorry, Ross.
Yeah, I was also... What is doubling rings, or just wearing 2 rings?
So doubling rings are where you've got a non-magical weapon and you've got a magical weapon. The magical weapon is held in a special ring side, and the other side gets the power of the weapon held in the special side. So it literally means you can pull out a non-magical dagger that has the benefits of silver and returning.
Yeah. So if you've got it, you can take it and get your second magical weapon. So it's got like the same powers as your silver returning.
Okay, and so does that affect in 2 weapon fighting?
It works in 2 weapon fighting, but if you ever throw the primary hand, your secondary item no longer has any powers at all.
So this is actually a backup in case I lose it. So if I just use normal daggers, they get the advantage.
Well, if you use one normal dagger and one magic dagger, the normal dagger can gain the magical properties of the magical dagger while you're holding the magical dagger.
Oh, okay, but the thing is that as soon as I throw it, it loses its magical ability, correct?
It's only got it while it's in your hand.
Okay, so
you can throw the non-magical dagger and it remains magical as long as you've got the other magical dagger in your hand.
oh, okay, so I have to have it in my hand, not on me.
Yes, you have to. It's basically giving the power of the item in your special ring to the item in your non-special ring.
Okay, so in somebody who's wielding 2 weapons, this ring will be great for.
It is fantastic for someone with 2 weapons. Does absolutely nothing for someone who doesn't.
I consider that on when I play another character at a later stage.
No, it would work for this one too, because if you've got your...
the problem is I'm not trained in with attacking with 2 weapons at the same time.
But the other being that, well, like, exactly, you can still do it, it's just not as effective. But the other being that if you did, you can basically keep your magical dagger in your offhand and keep throwing the non-magical dagger, it will keep coming back to you.
It loses it as soon as I throw it.
No, it loses the magic. Does it actually say that in Doubling Ring? What page number is Doubling Ring? Because I was saying as soon as you let go of the magical item is when...
that's 289, and I just got attacked by a cat.
Doubling Ring... Okay, so it's not great for thrown weapons. As soon as you throw the weapon, it loses the power. That's only good if you're doing melee.
Yeah, so if I put that, instead of having returning at the vitality, or whatever that did an extra damage against undead.
Yep, that means both hands would be able to do that. But as you're not a dual wielding character, it would be great for a ranger.
Yeah. Okay, so I will go for the coyote cloak.
And I was going to recommend for Charlatan's gloves.
Charlatan's gloves?
It's a level 3 item, which you could take as one of your items. It gives you +1 bonus to thievery and allows you to use telekinesis hand as an innate occult spell. The second part is what I thought was good for you because it uses occult magic.
Yeah, I think I already have telekinetic hand and all of the cantrip.
And suddenly you have 2 more cantrips because you've got gloves that give them to you.
Okay, that makes sense.
You can suddenly see where my brain went, and I thought, hey, Em would really want to like that.
Yeah. Because, like, honestly, like, there's not many cantrips that are, like, that useful, and literally I can learn, like, 10 of, I think, the 15 that are a cantrip for occult. So it wasn't really that hard to, I can always learn all the cantrips now at this point, it's pretty funny.
But having them all active is the hard part. And this way you get 2 extra active cantrips without having to prepare them.
Yeah.
Speaking of your cantrips, Peter,
Yo.
do you have a preference between the iron stones for the sprouting and preserving? The reason I ask is that because they're both uncommon, if they went to different party members, then they can both go into Wayfinder, which then gives them the resident powers of the cantrip.
I was probably prefer the preserved iron stone.
So that would mean Zarthrop would like the sprouting?
Well, if no one else wants to take it, I'm just figuring that, iron stones are certainly worth having, but it's potentially better to keep it in different people, because we've got Wayfinders,
That was why I keep pushing people for those things.
Are you happy with that, Peter?
Yep, I don't care.
Okay, I'll grab and if someone else particularly wants the sprouting stones at level 6,
Not me. Sorry, what was the item you just told me before?
Charlatan's gloves, level 3 item.
Charlatan's gloves. Yeah, very cool. Charlotte. Should really note down what ones are innates.
Okay, so Peter, your holy symbol of Pharasma is a symbol of conflict. There's a special one in there.
Okay.
Because it was a magical item.
So what does that actually do? That's on 296.
It's you receive a +1 bonus to religion and a +1 circumstance bonus to saves against holy and unholy effects. And you can spend a 2 action to activate presence and cast Bless or Bane once per day. So Pharasma has given you the ability to bless in her name or curse in her name once per day.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yep.
My second level 3 item is ultimately the braces of missile deflection.
Braces. All noted in.
Mm-hmm. And then with second level on.
Yep.
Sorry, I was
All good.
trying to listen to the way it works. So you said I can get a cold iron weapon low grade.
Yep.
And then can I use the +1 weapon potency?
You
Is
can.
that from this?
What sort of cold iron weapon are you planning?
Just a dagger.
Okay,
I mean,
and
there's not much else with finesse, honestly, which... I mean, I can have a look through the weapons and just...
and if you want, you can then spend to level 4 and get striking on it.
Yeah. Have I taken to...
You have a lifting belt only that you've told me about.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get striking on it.
Because that chews up 3 of your items in 1 item.
Let's have a look at the equipment here. Just make sure there's nothing else I have like finesse on it.
And to be perfectly honest, giving the group a cold iron and a silver item is a very smart move.
That's what I was thinking.
Though it really does have the elemental fists at times. And this way you guys will be a bit more equipped to deal with what's about to drop on you.
Oh, goody!
Yay!
Well, I thought I wouldn't ramp up the difficulty without you actually being able to handle it.
Why are you gonna do this, Pokemon?
Well, you know, I always give you nice stuff just before I pull the rug out.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So I have 2 permanent level 6 items.
And
I haven't even looked at consumables yet, but I guess permanent items are a bit more important for now, right?
They're just as important as the others. You can take whatever you like.
I know, but I have to go through 6 levels of permanent items before my brain will even think about looking at consumables like in order.
Plus, there's also the cloud pouch, which I haven't looked at yet, which is 273.
I was looking at that. I did look at the title of it. Cloud.
A small bag is filled with a fine silvery powder that feels silky to the touch. You scatter the dust in the air around you, causing it to condense into a cloud. 20-foot burst within 10 feet as a mist spell. You can sustain the activation and make the cloud fly 20 feet. The cloud lasts for 1 minute and you can dismiss it. And you can activate that once per hour.
So mist is
Basically
all
obscurement.
creatures in the mist become concealed. Oh, that's cool.
So you can't hop on it and fly around.
Yeah.
But
Because you've already got the wishing star.
so you've got the clad stain cloak, and the cloud pouch gives you another way to become invisible. But you can do group invisibility with that.
That sounds really handy actually. Is it a unique item?
No, it's not. Everyone can take it if they wish to.
Cool. I might pick that up. What level was that again?
Level 6.
Level. Oh.
You got clad. You told me about the cloak that you've got, so you can have 2 level 6 items. You never said a second level 6 item.
Oh, I did. The
Did you?
verdant staff.
Verdant staff. I didn't hear that
Yeah.
because someone else may have spoken at the time.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I was looking at the verdant staff because it has tankle bind as well as entangling flora, so an individual tankle as well as a group tankle, which I thought would be pretty useful. And given the other spells I have, as in like dizzying spell, color spray, that kind of thing. So that went really well with my other complement of spells of basically messing over the enemies in a fun and playful way.
So does that mean would as is or parry or willy like a bag of clouds?
I was looking at the bag of clouds.
You basically toss and create a cloud around you to obscure everything.
Get it, do it.
Harry was looking for possibly his second 6th level item.
Yep.
The Wand of Hopeless Knight 2nd.
Okay, so that's from the player's hand. The player's book too. Okay. What page is it on?
It is 309.
So we're trying to have a look to make sure that we're going with that. So Wand of Hopeless Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Mm.
So that's your level 6 item down.
Yeah, so my 6 is down.
What did you say it was?
Wand of Hopeless Knight.
Hopeless Knight 2nd.
Ooh, you cast Darkness, that's pretty cool.
At the 2nd rank.
That's cool, yeah.
2nd rank. What's 2nd level?
Oh.
So I'm pretty sure it's higher than 1, I think.
So the Pathfinder has gotten rid of spell level and called them ranks.
Oh.
So you don't actually have everything being a level. So spells are all ranks. So a rank 1 spell is what used to be a level 1 spell.
Okay.
You know, that's totally not confusing.
Well, it's part of the separating it from the code.
Yeah, I
I
know.
was looking into it. I was looking into the spell itself, Mark.
Yep.
And Darkness itself was a is already a spell rank 2.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll quickly look up wands and I'll tell you what else wand will do for you.
Yeah.
So I believe it will upcast the darkness. Let me have a look at darkness. It's always good when you look at these things and go, hey, how does that actually work? Darkness. So it is a basic level 2 spell. Just trying to see what they have for. Okay. So the base item is you cast it as a second level spell.
Yeah.
The upgraded version, which is the 10th level wand, will cast it as a 4th level spell. So basically the type, it's the type to second rank is the base item. And so that means you cast it as a second level spell. The next version up, cast it as a 4th level spell.
Gosh.
And you can cast that once per day, or you can overcast and try to get multiple extra castings out.
Yeah, but I've also just read on the archives of methods. I may not be able to do it.
Why not?
Cast a spell from a wand, it must be on your spells.
You don't have that.
No, I don't have darkness.
Darkness is on Arcane, Divine, Occult, and Primal. It's not on your known spells, it's on your spell list. You're an Arcane caster, it's on the Arcane list.
And the point is, if it was required to be on the known spells, well, hey, that's when you might take a level 2 consumable scroll to get it.
No, that's fine. I was just making sure, like, I didn't realise the spell list meant what I can learn.
Which is why
you can swap a cleric using that darkness type spell.
Okay, cool. So then, yes, I will take the Wand of Hopeless Night second.
yeah.
I'm going to take one that Josh suggested, which is from Player Core 2,
Yep.
Twisting Twine Moderate is a 5th level permanent item.
So what page?
Cat is playing with the yarn.
Cat is playing with yarn.
What page was that on?
307.
307.
It's actually a fun piece of kit.
It's actually pretty funny.
It's a piece of yarn
that's
that
why.
you can throw. It's a piece of yarn that you can throw into a 20-foot square to attempt to disarm or trip a creature. And at moderate, it has a +12 athletics check.
So that was your one of your third level items?
5th level.
5th level. Yep.
Have you already taken up your 4th level items?
I think I have one, which is the Spacious Pouch.
Because the Twisting Twine is a 3rd level. You've taken the 5th level option, not the 3rd level?
Yes, the 5th level, which is moderate. Yep. I'm guessing greater is not for a while.
So the moderate version is activatable once per hour instead of once per day.
Yes.
And the athletics modifier is more difficult.
So that's the DC as well, right?
No, it's a opposed roll.
right, so plus 12 to the opposed.
Yeah, instead of plus 9 to the opposed.
Yeah.
It's basically the equivalent of a grapple check. You roll for the athletics, and they roll for acrobatics, I think, or it's the opposing athletics check to be resisted.
Alright. Yeah, so it's like my athletics plus 12. Is that right?
And then the next level, you can get the greater twisting twine.
As in 7?
Yeah, it's a level 7 item for the greater.
Oh, level 7. Right. What does it say level? Does it say levels on the website, or does it not say?
If you look at the
Not on the website.
if you look at the website, they have a P or a C number, which is the level.
P or a C number?
On my website, that is.
Oh, on your website.
Oh, on your website, yes.
So we're looking at the archives of methods.
Archives of Methods should have it somewhere on there. It's just not always visible. So I'm going to duck to the bathroom while you guys check to see what else you'd like.
When you look at archives of methods, if you look on the title of the item at the right-hand side of that brown bar,
Oh, right, it's on the other side, yeah.
and if you've got a plus, it means that obviously a different level got. And if you look down and then you go, when you look at different items at levels, again on the far right-hand side, it'll say what level the various things are.
Why would they have item level 7 tagged all the way across the other side? Like, you're not looking there when you're reading. Just...
Possibly because it's set for a computer web page type stuff rather than a phone or an iPad. So.
But like, I have like a 30-inch screen, so it's like all the way over the other side of the screen. You know, I'm not reading there. I didn't even see that.
Yes, I'm looking at that one. Yes, it's all on my screen, but yes, it's on the far side of the screen. You've got a big one.
Okay, is anyone else got another question for items? So I can actually send you what I have so far for everyone. And then you can see if I actually have all your items on there.
Can I take as a level 4 permanent item, can I also take the Alchemist Goggles?
So
That's not a unique item from what I can see.
which book's that one from?
Core 2.
Yeah, core 2.
What page?
310.
310.
These brass goggles are engraved with vein patterns and have thick, heavy lenses.
Okay, so I think that would also be useful for Jeremy.
I think Jeremy already has them, doesn't he?
No, because they're on my initial wish list when I first created a character, but then I put a note for myself, actually not that useful, so they're not going to have another look at it. What do they do?
They give you plus 1 bonus to crafting checks to craft alchemical items. When you make strikes with alchemical bombs, you ignore lesser cover. If you strike when an alchemical bomb fails but doesn't critically fail, you gain a plus 1 item bonus to the splash damage the target of the strike takes. So
It sounds a lot more impressive than I was giving it to you. Maybe I put it not that useful at the level I first created you.
Maybe you could make bombs at the time?
I started thinking you were a bit longer sort of thing, so. But yes, I'll have a look at it. So,
I've penciled it in for you, and you can tell me if you want something else.
yeah.
So Ross, do you have level 6 items that your character would like?
I was interested in these was it the staff of the protection?
It's down. Do you have any other items?
Oh, with the cloud pouch.
Okay, cloud pouch it is. Okay, how about another 5th level item for you? Did you want your armor to be cold iron or silver?
Well, I can use. Okay. Oh, it's medium armor. So what does silver or cold armor actually give you?
I will look.
Okay.
What's the bonus with the
Page 28.
cold iron armor or silver armor other than you drown easier?
Okay.
Was fine there?
People who try to hurt you that are affected by that material are sickened generally if they roll a critical fail.
But only if they're conventional weapons.
Well,
Potentially.
you'd assume so.
But like, yeah, because certainly some special items or special materials are more appropriate for weapon than they are armor, and some vice versa.
So the big thing about cold iron is that if a creature who has weakness to it attacks you and critically misses, it becomes sickened. And that means that you can go, I have very high armor class, so it sucks to be you. And it's the same with the silver armor. So the silver armor will also cause a sicking condition on those that miss you. But the other thing to keep in mind is if you pick low-grade items, you can only enchant them by +1. You need to have a standard grade to get the +2 and a high grade to get the +3.
Okay, so what rank is the standard grade for silver for the weapon?
For that, use level 11.
Yeah, so realistically, that won't bother you because if you get a low grade +1 now, when you get a +2, you'll be able to get a standard grade material to come with it. And give you a low grade +1 back to the Pathfinder Society for their 50th level adventurers.
Okay, so
Hi Mark, how you doing? Are your arms tired from flying in?
Actually, it's pretty good. Actually, this is one person, so I can't say it was hard. So, yeah. So it was actually a nice trip because I was doing that family again. So, yeah.
okay, yeah, I could do that. I could do the +1 chain armor, and since I'm going after vampires and things like that, I'll go for the silver armor.
Okay. So Mark, what's happening with the others is they're getting a chance to refresh their gear. And basically you'll be able to add in items from levels 6 to 1, 2 permanent and 2 consumables of each level. Though it's first in gets the uncommon item, there can only be 1 uncommon item per party.
So I'm training from last session, guys, as well. You need to know about it. So, yeah. I did write that down. I actually was writing properly last session. So.
So this is basically what they'll be getting a few things off. So to also give you an update, as is, we'll be having a long talk with the Church of Pharasma over those 4 days, as he gets a bunch of his gear from them. Just Per will be basically collecting a doll and a few other things in the background while recovering. And we have Willie, with the help of Scar, is collecting a pet of some sort. Depends on the size, I'm sure. I'm sure if you say this big one's worth 3, they might go with that. But I'm sure if you walk in with a lion, they might be a bit worried.
Cool.
If we think of some sort, that'd be reasonably common.
Yeah, so I've got on my list here from last session. We've got a key, which is for some vault somewhere.
Yeah, key for the Vault of Abadar.
Yep, magical runes and a magical pipes. So on that list. Plus vampire gold.
So,
Jeremy, something for Victoria, so by the way. Yeah.
So Mark, what I've offered the characters is to make it easier on them for what they find and collect. They can have 2 items of every level, and they can swap them out anytime they go to the Pathfinder Lodge.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so that means you've got 2 6th level permanent, 2 5th level permanent, 2 4th level permanent, and so on, and 2 consumables of each level as well.
Sounds good.
And if you look in the chat, you'll see the items selected so far.
Of course, the disconcerting thing is he then said that, yeah, because you need to get beat up a bit before the next bit of their combat.
Okay, I'll worry about all everyone else talks about. So.
Quick question, Martin. With that walking cauldron that I was looking at before,
Yep.
can I put that away, like into
You can
like a bag of holding all the spacious pouch if it fits?
I believe you can.
You might have trouble with that because I think it counts as does the walking cauldron actually count as extra dimensional? Maybe not.
No, it's not extra dimensional. It literally just carries stuff because it can, because it's a cauldron.
Yeah, because it's big. Yep.
So
only alchemical stuff.
I have penciled that in for your level 1 item.
Yeah. And I was looking maybe that were like crystal as well for the second, I don't know, item. For level 1.
Okay, did you pick level 2 items?
I haven't yet. I was just about to, but I'm really struggling with them because I mean, I don't really have a weapon though. Like I have the staff, so I don't know. Do I put like +1?
Well, one of the advantages of putting a +1 on the staff is that it means that if you need magic to hit it, you can hit it. Even if you're not going to use it very often.
And it shifts your percentage of hit up by 5%.
Yeah.
So it looks like there's only 2 items useful for you there. The the +1 weapon and the masquerade scarf.
Yeah, I was looking at the masquerade scarf, but it honestly, like, that cloak is kind of dull.
Well, one's a scarf and one's a cloak. I think you can wear both.
Oh yeah, I mean, I probably could.
So it casts illusionary disguise on you instead of the other one.
Yeah.
So it means you can give yourself a different face with the masquerade scarf. You could even look like Scar.
Let's just sit down a bit, Martin. Just settle down, okay? Don't get too excited.
Well, I have been seeing how they can use some of the items differently.
I think there's some of the items already on the list, but I'll check after when I'll finish first off.
Martin,
Yep.
have I got a 5th level permanent still free?
Looking at you, yes you do.
+1 explorer's clothes. Can I get the obsidian goggles, please?
What does that do?
+1 item bonus to perception checks involving sight.
And dark vision.
And then activate dark vision frequency once per day. Adjusting your goggles, you gain dark vision for an hour. Even though I pretty much have already got dark vision. Actually, so maybe that, maybe it might not be worth it.
Well, still +1 perception all the time, which is nice.
You can always swap it out later if it's not working for
It
you.
doesn't work out for you.
And I'm sure that your obsidian goggles are really just classy shades.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, I do need cool shades.
Absolutely.
Because remember, cool guys don't look at explosions, and we have done that catatomically in the game.
I'm running the Macho Man kind of shades over with my lifting championship belt.
So you just now need to get a moustache.
Yeah. Yeah, obsidian goggles. I did have my 2 level 1 permanent Martin.
Yep.
A ring of sigil.
It's a nice one.
And something just for a bit of a giggle, I got the predictable silver piece.
I was just looking at that, so...
Yeah.
Isn't that just a silver coin that's got 2 heads on it?
No, it is a regular silver coin. However, if I rub one side, it always lands on that side.
Yes. A double-headed coin would be too predictable.
Exactly.
And you can always flip it as a normal coin, so no one's any the wiser.
Of course, don't forget, don't spend it.
Yeah.
So technically, as an action, he can flip that coin and always get it to land on the side he wants every time.
As long as I rub the side that I want.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's part of the action that you do. So as an action, you can flip the coin. You don't tell everyone you're rubbing it. You just flip it as the activate, and it lands on the side you choose.
And of course, when you really want to screw the odds and you want to call in big money, rub the side.
It's neither heads or tails, it's the side.
Yeah. Purple Smart was my other. Okay. That should be me.
That is you, except for consumables.
Oh, except for consumables. Yeah.
Feel free to stock up on things you think are useless, funny, or just interesting.
Well, as I mentioned, the predictable silver piece.
Shouldn't they all have wayfinders, or does just the not have a wayfinder?
Has not gotten one from the Pathfinders yet.
Too busy looking at stars.
Too busy looking at the stars, yeah, pretty much. Okay, cool.
Because
that's why, like, I saw that me and Aziz doesn't have one. Though you would have lost your one that you had, right? Because you had one.
Aziz is not a Pathfinder because of he gets different bonuses from his god.
Oh, right. Okay.
And Jasper and the bardic halfling that joined the group both didn't join as Pathfinders directly. You're being brought in And you'll get honorary stuff later down
You
the
didn't go
track.
through the training at
Yeah, we're honorary, like, guide,
you're on probation.
Pathfinder Scouts.
Just for people's awareness, looking at consumables, I've actually just got to a page in the Jade Core where it talks about talismans, and that's got some cool consumables in it.
Oh, that's the best consumables in the game are in talismans.
Yep.
Because particularly, like I said, the main element, you have to say, well, hang on, I can do most of the potions myself, but talismans I can't, and it's things like getting a +1 on stealth or climb or things like that, and you can do it at full speed for that round, for that turn. So certainly nice things to be able to do.
So, Jeremy, had you picked any second or first level items besides your Ring of Sigils?
Not yet. I was working my way back up through them and got distracted by these colours.
Had you picked level 5, your second level 5 permanent?
I'm leaning at the moment towards a skeleton key.
Okay.
From GM page 276.
I read it earlier and I was going to suggest it to people, but most people had taken stuff at that level.
I'll put that in there. In fact,
Did you figure out what items you wanted?
I did. I picked up an invisibility potion.
What level is that one?
4.
Yep.
And alloy ore, which is 3rd.
Okay, just got to fix the fact that it's gone and given me different levels of text.
And if I've got it available.
What's the alloy orb? What level? 3? Yep.
An eternal eruption, which is a 5, assuming I've got the space for it.
You still have
Lots.
yeah, you still got lots of space.
I looked through it and just went, no, none of this stuff.
Well, there was a couple of items that I thought could suit you as extra things. Yep.
Can I get 2 mist form elixirs?
What level are they?
They are 6 in the consumable.
Are they the moderate version?
They are the moderate version. Sorry, I did forget to specify. Yes, the moderate.
Yep.
another possible useful talisman for people. Level 2, Jade Cat.
Would you like that one added to Zarthrop?
No, that's what I was saying for people, because it basically gives you cat 4, which Zartrop's already got. So he doesn't need a Jade Cat, he'll go got. For those who don't have cat 4, it's going to be something we're looking for, because it gives you basically 2.
Yeah, except you don't be training in acrobatics.
Excuse me.
Hey, Mum, just for like visual thematics, you know how I described my character having like a sort of gemstone on his forehead?
Yep.
Can that be my pendant of the occult, but it's like stuck to my forehead?
That works.
Cool.
You don't have to put the chain all the way around your neck, it can hang around your head. Make it shorter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, like more like a like a circlet kind of thing around my head.
It just gets stuck in your ears.
Yeah, pretty much. Jasper's probably like, that works. That's it. That's what it looks like, right?
I was going to suggest the choker of allocution to Willie as the speaker of the party.
What?
Choker of
Allocution.
allocution.
What does that
As in, speak good.
And if you had it in your wife's native language, it would give you a +1 to speak to Chilaxians.
I don't know that it would help me all that much.
And you speak the language as a native speaker.
That would probably come in very handy given where we are. By the sound.
As the leader of the group, it gives you speaky speak.
Yeah.
I do words good.
I suppose
My thing.
my wife, you had to be able to converse with her in a native language.
What, you speak whips and chains, do you?
Sorry, I what?
He said, did you speak whips and chains?
Well, I listen carefully.
And the other one
That's
was...
not a language that she'll probably let him speak, right?
Never let you talk back.
No.
The other one was charm of resistance and being able to pick acid, cold, electricity, fire, or sonic. You take 5 less of that anytime you take damage from it.
Yeah. Why not?
Which one would you prefer?
5.
For no particular Zarthrop reason, I'm sure.
No. The Sandpoint idiot.
I know, I was just teasing you. Because it was a useful 6th level thing to take. Zarthrop took it too. Because in case he drops a bomb.
Oh, so you have a charm of resistance. Yeah, that's what I suggested was, it's, yeah. Definitely worthwhile 6th level. Another talent that I just saw when I was looking through that people might be interested in would be the alloy orb,
Yep. Got that.
which allows you to transfer between, turn your item, your weapon or armour, into silver or cold iron temporarily.
Okay. 294.
Hey, Mum.
Yep.
Can I, as a 5th level consumable, get frozen lava?
Yes.
It's a funnier version of Fireball.
And Willie has been given a ring of sigils from his wife as part of your ability to sign stuff.
Holds a ring of sigils.
It's the thing that allows you to cast the arcane mark and actually mark things.
Mark on thing with a mark. Yeah.
Okay.
Right mark.
So Mark, do you have any ideas of what you'd like to swap your items out to? Or any items you wish to keep?
Okay, so I think this is at the moment for you in the chat, so you've got a record of it. So I have the Ring of Sigils at the moment as level 1, and I've also have the Everlight Crystal the base level 1 stuff, permanents. On the level 2, I think the greatsword had a +1 potency. 2. Level 3, I had the tracker goggles, which is +1 to survival, which kind of suits Scar as a barbarian and a hunter. So. Level 4, and tell them go too quick, okay?
Yeah, I've just done the +1 for the level 2, and you got tracker goggles at level 3.
Yeah. Level 4, which is on that, was just +1 strong to the greatsword, if that's okay.
Yep.
Now, the only one I saw I had in my character sheet on the list was braces of missile deflection. I give the page number and all that kind of stuff. It's a level 3 item on page 286 of Core 2, or version GM Core 2.0.
Okay, so that is a level 3 item?
It's a level 3 item at the moment, yes. I'm not sure if it's on your list of can-dos or not. So
it is. It's now written down.
And one of the things on the tools I had was 2 lesser healing potions. Everything else is just a beater backpack at the moment for Scar.
So that's level 3 or 4?
Level 3 for the missed braces of missile deflection, cording.
No, I mean the heal potions you said.
Heal potions are level 2, I believe. You should double check here. Yeah. No, level 3. They're both level 3. So I had 2 of those. That's all I had. The rest was just my adventure pack.
And this is where you get to add more stuff.
I know. I just thought I'd just let you know what I had, so make sure that kicks off first before we go to the next step.
So you're currently the only one who, besides the Elixir of Life, to have taken healing potions, because you have the Heal Monkey and the Cleric.
And the alchemist can basically create healing potions on demand.
Once I decide what I can make, I'll probably take at least 1 healing potion or healing item creation potion thing as well.
So, Mark, would you like to change your greatsword to be a cold iron or a silver greatsword?
You can change that, yeah.
Do you have a preference for that? Because that would use up your other second level item.
I had it down at silver on my character sheet, and I was going to ask you about that in a second, so you beat me to it, mate. So I had it as a silver +1 with extra, dice damage.
Yep,
so
that's now noted down on the table.
So I don't know if it turns to a fire sword anyway, that's already good already. But,
I'll send through the updated one so people can see what I've actually noted down already.
That's okay.
Mark, as we talked about, if you take the level 3 consumable, alloy something or other, you can make that silver weapon cold iron temporarily if you need it.
Okay, I'll just let them know what I've got so far, and then I'll go through. I'll let everyone else kind of go first, if that makes sense.
Well, most of them have had a chance, that's why I was asking you.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so I'm just going to work out what I'm missing.
Would you like an armor +1 at your 5th level?
I was going to say everyone else done that, so if I'm going to do that, I'm not part of the party, I'm just outside.
I guess
So I've kind of just got a normal standard leather armor, so if you want me, I can just put that as a +1 now. Is that right?
Yep. Would you like to change the armor to being a specific type?
No. I think we haven't started with the armor as a hunter kind of barbarian. I don't think I'll go any high because I'm not that kind of barbarian yet. So, and I don't think I don't think I was skilled yet higher. So was it? Yeah, I'm trying to be light, medium, and armored, so I don't have heavy. So I think standard leather armor I'm happy with at the moment. So.
And would you like some fire protection just in case a bomb goes off on you again?
Like that could ever happen.
Because in that 2 levels, I get fire protection as part of my barbarian instinct. As
in 2 levels, you can swap that out with another item.
That's right. Take something different.
Except for vampires, or particularly vampires, I'm okay at the moment. So Oh, whenever I'm through the other stuff, I just sort of let you know what I've got. So I'll add the R to +1. That means I don't die as quickly so much. So that's pretty good actually.
Other things you can take that may be of interest to you because you've got your +1 weapon is you can put a rune on it, and you might be able to give it some other funky stuff.
I'll just look through on the spreadsheet what I I've missed so far. Thanks for putting that up. I'll go from level 1 up and I'll work back there. So I'm on.
It's okay, I was just going to offer some items.
Mark, I recommend you go to level 6 down, because sometimes you might come to items that, oh, hang on, you grabbed at level 1 but realise a level higher level 1 gives the same ability plus a bit more. So if you go downwards, then you're not going back and repeating yourself.
For your 5th level item, you could add the fearsome rune to your sword, which means when you hit someone and it's a critical hit, they automatically become frightened. Is that something you would like to add to your weapon?
I think so. That sounds good. I like that idea, man.
Because I sort of try to lean into what people are doing.
I like that idea. Flip it out. Thank you. It's already like a silver fire now. It's a fearful weapon now. Or few people. Okay, I'll go down from 6 now. Ouch. That's not good. Okay, let me look through this. I'll have a look through it.
And another thing you can do is on your armor, you could actually add the reinforcing rune, which means the armor is a lot hardier and less likely to break. Oh, sorry, that's the shield specific.
Oh, shit, that's how much shield like that, yeah. I'll try to go down. Trying things that will match up a barbarian or hunter. And I'm looking at kind of anything that Fang could possibly use as a add-on as well. Because Fang's that now alive. Just.
Okay, so the 3 runes that you can put on your armor, 4 runes, are Shadow, Slick, Ready, and Raiment. Raiment means that the armor doesn't look like armor.
I just have bulging biceps, what are you saying?
You could pretty much be, yes, I am just completely no armor at all.
Yeah, I sort of say raiment shows.
The Ready rune, you can get into your armor with 2 actions. The Shadow rune gives you a bonus to stealth. And the Slick rune gives you a bonus to escape and squeezing with acrobatics.
I think the stealth one sounds the best out of them all.
So
not that I want to take over to Elf Girl's job eventually when she comes back.
But that would be one of your level 6 items being used for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the stealth one sounds the best one, yeah.
So that means your weapon and your armor are fully runed up.
Sounds good. I'm good with that. I'll put that down, so that's shadow. Okay, yeah.
Okay, another useful thing for Scar would be the Traveler's Any tool. It's a level 6 item.
Yep.
And you can literally turn it into any simple tool.
Okay.
So,
Great.
spades, hammers, picks, anything you need for a basic tool.
I think that suits a hunter very well. Yeah. I can turn into a spoon to cook dinner one time. What do you come with a Scar? I didn't get any laughs on that one. I thought it was good.
Well, I was actually giggling at the idea of, so you use it to heat the fire pit and then turn it into a spoon to mix the food. Perfect.
Yeah.
Hopefully it gets washed in the meantime.
I can't guarantee that one, yeah?
And the last one I was going to suggest is Demon Mask as a level 4 item.
Something that I might find funny for Willie,
Mm-hmm.
because he is tiger style, is the bestial mutagen.
Yeah, I had a look at that and didn't seem to add much to me.
Didn't seem that much to you?
Well, I mean, I didn't go over it with fine-tooth comb, but
So you can get a moderate at level 3.
What page is it?
+2 item. It is 289 in the core 2.
Yeah, all the mutagens are in Player's Core.
Yeah.
You gain a bonus to athletics checks and unarmed attack rolls. You gain a claw unarmed attack with the agile trait and a jaw unarmed attack. But striking runes don't modify the damage caused by these attacks. So it would penalize his actual ability to attack.
Okay.
Can I have that item, but can I have a different look on it? Can I make it the look of the dragon that was my gosh? Is it a demon look? Is that alright? Same. Yeah, so it's just a role playing, that's all.
I'm happy with it to look as if however you want it, but it is the ability to cause fear in other people with intimidation is what you will like.
Because it's yeah. I'll just say it looks like a dragon, so a physical dragon.
The actual look is up to you guys.
Because I asked before about I've got the necklace of the occult, and I'm like, well, I already, my character already has a gem on his forehead, so that works.
Because that'll go with my intimidating glaze. I've got a skill feat, so I can. Yeah, I if it really just doesn't be able to turn people the right way, I just put the mask on and just give them a glare of so just out and say, you upset my leader, kind of thing. So, which reminds me of the muscle. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
you sound like Ross's assassin in Star Wars, where he's always looming everywhere.
Because I've got the continuing glaze as well as skill feats as a barbarian. It's like, that'll link in with everything. Yeah? Okay, I can just be this crazy looking barbarian, which is kind of what I was going down the line anyway. So yeah, but okay. I think it's all one permanence. Is that right?
I think that's all your permanents done. Yes.
Okay, I'll go. What I'm going to do is find a lot of potions that I know that I've seen alchemists can do, and just have them just in case because I don't trust the alchemists. Yeah, sounds good to me. Yeah.
Mark,
What?
as a frontline fighter type, what were your 2 level 6?
At the moment, it's Traveler's Any tool and the Shadow Rune.
Okay, because I was just looking, before you got here, Peter and I were talking about Aeon Stones, and the fact that the sprouting Aeon Stone, which if you get a heal effect on you, on top of the heal, you also get 8 temporary hit points that last for a minute. Now, we can only have one in the party because it's an uncommon. But I'm looking at currently it's with Zarthop, but the I was just looking also Zarthop could go for a bloodletting cookery, which actually gives him 10 hit points when he could crit someone.
It's sprouting with all that, is it? Or?
Yeah, it's sprouting.
I can swap that around now if you guys would like.
And it's up to Mark in the sense that it's just...
It's literal the wording of that one. Someone said it just does a tangle vine. They might just look at the possibly the wrong book on that.
No, it does tangle vine when you put it into your wayfinder. But its actual effect as a stone is the activate flow of life, healed by vitality effect or took void damage.
Would that overlap my already barbarian going raging temporary hit points?
It basically ups the maximum to that. They generally don't start.
I don't know whether or not that temporary hit point can be.
I get it. Plus 12 temporary hit points when I rage. So.
I don't know whether temporaries can add. Is anyone off the top of their head?
I was just looking up in the core book to see what it said. That's monster core. That's player core.
Yeah, so I had written down rage. Was.
And I'm just about to look up what beasties that Willie had a chance to find.
Yeah, so when I rage, you get 10 hit points per level plus con, which is 6 plus.
Yeah, that's right. You're going to add to it.
I don't think yes, I'll just ask Jerry because I don't. I'll have to.
Well, the other thing to think about then would be if you can't add temporary hit points, then potentially talk to Peter and look to swap the. If Peter took the
okay, so the actual ruling on temporary hit points are if you've already got temporary hit points when you gain new hit points, you choose to either keep the ones that you currently have and their duration, or switch over to the new temporary hit points and their duration.
Right, okay. So in the case of the barbarian, it would only count if they did a top up that you already had.
And it would be a good top up for him because he gets his temporary hit points at the start of rage. He gets into combat, he gets damaged, someone casts a heal on him, suddenly his temporary hit points top up again.
That's right. Yeah.
Because you won't be casting heal on him unless he's damaged, and he's not likely to get damaged until he's been in combat for at least a round.
Yep. That makes sense.
And if he's been damaged, his temporary hit points have run out anyway.
Yep. So in that sense, it would still stack.
I mean, it's.
It's an option.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about it because I'm thinking, well, I'm a bit of I'm honest about the barbarian is set up to be more of a mid shield as such, as you know.
He uses hit points as his defense.
Yeah.
And that means that whenever you run out of temporary hit points while raging, someone can just top it back up again with a heal.
Yeah. The only time I don't have fun with it is when I get drained. But
how many times can you activate that?
No, I rage can only happen once a minute, and I have to wait to re-rage again.
The flow of life.
No, the magic top up.
I think.
The flow of life from the Aeon Stone. You gave 8 temporaries that last for a minute, but it's a reaction.
And how many times can it be activated per day, Jeremy?
We can hit once per hour.
Once per hour.
For 1 minute. Once per combat. More than likely.
Yeah. So we can get temporary hit points twice per combat if your rage is at the start.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I guess also potentially, I'm assuming the barbarian is probably more of a primal.
My instinct is dragon waste. That's up using the fire on the weapon and the fire breath. So I looked at everything and I thought, considering I'm looking at this way, I'm not trying to play Conan exactly, if that makes sense, but I'm trying to base my barbarian look on Conan, but without being exactly Conan, if that makes sense. So, that's why I went.
So you basically grew.
Yeah. So basically the drag instinct, it basically allows my weapon to have fire on it. That also allows me to, of course, add new things, but I also get resistance at level 9 for the damage by the dragon, which is diabolical kind of thing. And so it's, I've looked at other ones and I thought, because I'm using a sword, I don't really want to go down the primal too much, because that's more using your hands and things like that, if that makes sense, do you know? So,
It was more the fact that the sprouting in attacking a resonant power, like in a wayfinder, also gives you table violence and primary innate cantrip. Technically, it's not necessarily primal, but it just means you're not necessarily focused towards it if you want to use it.
Yeah. No, I didn't think of that for a while, which way I wanted to go with it originally, but no, as I said, I think the only thing mainly I went for is my reaction for the barbarian, which is a bit later on. That'll be very handy at the moment, but otherwise, yeah. No, I haven't looked through it. I'll let me have a squeeze through because I think, I'm liking more the, not sure that the travel's only 2 or 2 at the moment, I'm not sure about that. So, anyway, I'm thinking of while everyone else makes their calls and stuff.
The other thing to remember with the travel as any tool,
Yeah.
if you use a level 4 item, your spacious pouch type stuff, then you can carry all the tools that you might need.
Yeah, so at the moment I just have a skin dagger because I'm, I hunt and skin things. But I've just had that as if all of a sudden I ran out of weapons kind of thing, but it's more for a role-playing aspect. Yeah.
First roll on the city streets, you find a pack of feral dogs. So apparently, trying to find pets for the were-rats was rather easy for you.
Oh, nice.
As you find one dog. But they're feral riding dogs. So the gnome could ride them. So you find one of the things... Well, if it was Giant leading him, that's the only dog you'd find. Okay. Still in the streets. Apparently you found a were-rat.
Oh, hey. How you doing, buddy?
He was quite happy to take the dog you found and take it back to the others.
Thanks, mate. I'm assuming it's not one I beat up.
Probably the one you beat up.
Oh, I apologise.
But hard to tell, they're all furry.
Exactly walking around in were-rat form.
Well, you never saw him out of were-rat form, so...
That's true.
Then you had a altercation with the devil. Not the devil, a devil. And don't worry, it's called an accuser devil, so I didn't like you very much.
I'm accusing you. Pack murderer! What? Shut up. Shut up.
And then you find some dream spiders.
And what's the city boss doing in this town?
I know, right?
Well, he's looking until he finds something. So he's looking for pets. And dream spiders are the size of a halfling. Size of a human child, the shimmering spider has blue and purple striped belly.
I don't know that spiders would be inappropriate.
And you found one of them. They are
I'm not
potential
sure
pets.
you want to put that on lead and walk it down the street necessarily.
So basically, you could then give the were-rat another occupation of drug mule.
Why?
Because the dream spiders are the source of one of the worst drugs in the region.
Oh, really? You milk them and...
Yep. Their venom turns into what they call shiva, which is a addictive drug. Hence the infestation of them in the city. Do you wish to increase the number of sellers, or just happen to go squish? I didn't see this, it wasn't here.
Or maybe you're not actually going to increase them at all, you're just moving it into more responsible hands because you're stealing off someone else's, dream spider.
I think at this point, it's just easier if I pretend I didn't see it. Because I'll get into trouble if I kill it. And if I give it to the were rats, God knows what'll happen. So, like, I come back like 6 months later and they're all jonesing, meth addicts. I'm just like, oh, what'd I do?
Yeah, well, how about I give you a percentile roll to see what else you can find? And I'll give Mark a percentile roll as well because he's helping you.
Because I'm looking at dice right in front of me. I'll let you roll on that, okay? Because that makes you feel happy.
Mark got a whole 15, meaning he found a different type of spider called a drain spider.
Okay, worked out kind of well, maybe.
Yeah, itsy bitsy.
It is a tiny little spider.
Climbed up the worst feather, only the terrain.
That's the party while you do that, huh? Pick up the truth potions and level 6 cubes.
You want a truth potion? What level is it?
I'm level 6 consumable. I'll just double check with. I don't know on that one because I'm just going to, as a 2RC, I'd like to know the truth of every situation, and I might come handy.
Okay, so you found 8 of those drain spiders. That they don't have any drugs.
Okay, that's a win. Would they be of any use?
Yeah.
In defending.
They could be pets. And if they can be trained, well, hey, they can create webbing everywhere for them, which can be bedding, clothing. Many people use spider silk as other gear, such as rope.
I know Drow do. Well, my character doesn't know that, but yeah, okay.
You can give them a non-drug habit.
Forming spider.
Yeah. So what was the percentile roll you rolled?
39.
39. Okay, so someone tried to steal you and made your day.
Tried to steal me?
Steal something from you and made your day. They pulled out daggers and said, give us everything of value, and, well, you were smiling afterwards.
I didn't kill them, but I probably would have hurt them.
Well, they were as a group of cat purses, they were a CR3 encounter.
Okay. I'll give the spiders a try.
Okay.
I'll see what they say.
They are excited to have a new pet. And they've never seen never tried spiders before, so that's new.
Okay, but don't forget I went and grabbed
a dog earlier.
Yeah, but I wanted to bring a nice big jar of peanut butter along with some honey and a big thing of crusty bread as a
apology.
Yes. Sorry I beat you up and killed your pets.
And I do have that down, a jar of peanut butter and honey.
Yeah. But you got to put the peanut butter and honey on something, so I thought, a nice thing of crusty bread would be a good accompaniment.
Okay, so what else did we have down there? Parry working with items.
Is my wife contactable?
She is potentially contactable. What would you like to say to her? Thanks for giving me such wonderful authority.
Oh, I let her know that I was asked about coming to the city as the second in command of the Hell Knights. I let her know that, as you probably already suspected and or know yourself, I'm probably being watched by the Queen and her minions. And I say, I had an opportunity to become a were creature. You know, the story I told you about, but the price is too high, much too high. So I've decided I'm going to give up on that. So, so the Titan heart that I was given by that werewolf, I'm pretty sure that's belongs to Lamashtu. So even if I was to eat it, I can imagine I would fall under her sway quite quickly. So I think the best thing I can do is give the heart to you, and you can do with it as you see fit.
So you get probably a response saying, she thanks you for giving you your heart.
Sense of humour, I like it.
And she loves the fact that you're being watched right now.
Yeah, I'm not
She knows you're being watched. You ain't it.
I'm not letting it as much.
No, she's the one watching.
Not all the time.
And feel free to let people know you're in an area.
That I'm in an area.
Yep. Anyone paying attention to you won't be paying attention to what she's doing.
Okay, fair enough. It's not going to get me thrown in jail and killed, but I'll...
And a note on the lycanthropy, it wouldn't have stuck.
Either way, it's too...
Most people can only carry one curse.
What the hell curse am I got?
What
curse are you freaking talking about? What the hell? What have you done? I'm not talking about.
Wait.
Wait, what?
No. Marriage.
Next one to watch it, don't do that.
And I believe that was all that was in the response. Leaving that last bit with a ...
Yeah. Dun dun dun.
So I'll give you a full list of consumables to start, minus the lesser potions I've already got. So.
Okay, so 2 truth potions at level 6. So leaping potions at level 5. So there's a Skara leaping.
Yep. And the other potions give me bludgeoning or piercing resistance, I think, if I take the potion. So, for Saviour's Spike is to, if I'm climbing and I kind of lose thing, I can use this to redo a purchase, like I get a +1 on the reattach myself. Check. It's like I press a button on my arm and it pushes that and it grabs hold of the wall. So yeah. So whether it works or not, I'm not sure yet. So.
I'm sure that will be handy.
And the bronze blue pennant is if I do a sharp give me a +1.
So you want to get rid of the... Oh no, you haven't got that down. So save your spike for level 2. It looks like Mark's going to be the first one to have filled everything.
Yeah. And the 2 holy water is when the priest dies and I have to do holy water stuff.
So last rites on the priest.
Yeah, I'm sure we can do that. Our grossest leader will definitely perform the rites, I'm sure.
And Josh?
I wasn't waiting for Willie's percentile rolls of doom, basically.
Oh no, he did manage to find himself. So what he found was drain spiders and a feral riding dog.
Yeah.
Along with...
I have filled out the rest of my consumables.
Yep, so level 5 in part 2.
Second one I took was Sneaky Key as a talisman.
Yep.
My level 4s were Fear Gem and an Oak Potion.
Much like Mark.
Yeah, well, I thought we both seemed to almost die last session. So.
Level 3.
there are 2 mutagens, so a Drake Heart mutagen and a Silver Tongue mutagen.
Yep. And level 2?
Level 2 was a Cat's Eye Elixir and a Crying Angel Pendant.
Yep.
And level 1 was a Lesser Smoke Ball and a Lesser Anti-Plague.
Anti-plague, why would you need that?
No, I don't need that.
No, I have no idea, no. I was trying to get level 6 one, by the way, but I went away from it. So.
Okay, so does Ross have any of the rest of his items picked out?
I was thinking, was the salve of anti-paralysis? I rubbed that on somebody, is that correct?
Which one?
Yeah.
The salve. Salves, I believe, are rubbed on people, yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can wax on and wax off.
What's this oil of unlife do?
I believe it makes you appear to be dead.
Or is that the one that heals under?
I will have a look.
Wait, what was that one?
Oil of Unlife. What page was it?
258.
258. Always handy to be able to look it up very quickly. Oil of Unlife.
I know that there was a talisman somewhere, I can't remember the exact name of it, but there was a talisman that said you can pretend to, you roll a deception check to faint.
Okay, so it heals anything that is healed by negative energy. So if you've got undead, it will heal undead, or certain people who have that trait where they can't be healed by positive energy.
Down here?
Things like that. So not useful to you unless you want to go against Varisia's teaching.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Be your own man, Ross. You can do it.
Either that, or I could get the if the oil of weightlessness greater works, I could make parry into a kite.
Actually, that'd be pretty funny.
The greater weightlessness only works on items of 2 bulk or less. I'm sorry, parry is bulkier than that.
Damn.
I am the bossest wizard known to man. I weigh more than 2 bulk.
And it will last for 8 hours, so you could literally put it on someone's weapon and just toss it and just watch it keep going into the distance.
It's gonna reach orbit. As an aside,
As an aside,
go Ross.
That'd be interesting. Put that on my dagger and throw it long distance.
And then watch it never come back.
because basically it hasn't hit a target and hey!
Well, until it hits something, then it returns.
Then it ends up in space, in orbit, and it's like, hey, why isn't it returning? Well...
About 6 months later, bing, it appears. Oh.
Yes, but he's got to have his hands free for it to appear.
Oh.
Now that's a conundrum. Will something with no weight actually return to the user?
Yeah, I'll get these salve of anti-paralysis.
So you don't need a spell, you can just rub them up.
I don't think I can get a spell for that.
No, there are spells that will do that. But it's just handy to have it.
I'll also get an antidote for it as well.
So is that a 6th level antidote?
Yeah.
Yep. Did you also want a symbol of conflict for your character? I know you've already filled out your 4th level stuff.
Yeah, I've already filled that one out. What's Sea Touch Elixir Lesser do? That's 247.
247. Sea Touch Elixir. Gives you a swim speed.
So
They've actually taken out some of the negatives of those, which is nice. Go ahead.
So, if you have a swim speed, then you can actually breathe underwater, is that correct?
No.
No.
Okay.
A swim speed is you don't have to make a roll to swim.
And you swim faster than someone who doesn't have a swim speed.
Yeah.
I was just trying to work out a way of being able to cast underwater, that's all.
So you need to have the 12th level version to be able to breathe underwater. Don't worry, that's only how many years away?
Yeah.
Elixir of Life, Lesser, on the same page.
So that does quite a lot of restoration. Yep. So do you want one or two of those?
I'll go for 2.
And what about your level 4 items?
He has talismans I can't actually use. Because I don't have acrobatics, I don't have athletics, and I don't have intimidation. Yes. What does the marvelous miniature horse do? That's on 268.
The marvelous miniature. If you have the horse, it transforms it into a horse.
Okay.
And it lasts for
What
8
does
hours
the-
and then it destroys itself.
Yeah, they're consumable, so only gets used one. But it means you've always got a steed to hand if you need one.
So you have a riding horse grenade. Bang! Horse appears!
So, with the misform elixir lesser, how long does that last for?
What page?
Same page as... Oh no, it's 247.
And instead of me having to look it up, it's easier to tell me what it's on. Misform elixir. So the lesser one lasts for 3 rounds, the moderate one lasts for 1 minute.
What's the advantage of being in misform?
You're concealed for the listed duration.
You might be able to go on the door cracks.
And you can't use that to hide or sneak. She's currently in the bathroom, so I might get you to do soup for her.
And for you?
Yes, please.
Excuse me.
So that would be a useful, I'm in trouble, drink the potion.
Yeah, I'll go for that one. There's not much I could use on that.
And what would you like for the second one on that level?
That was the horse, was the other one.
The horse? You did want the horse?
Yeah.
Okay, what about your level 3 item?
Oh. Okay. Elixir of Gender Transformation Moderate. 288.
That's of the player core. Not exactly sure what that does, but I'm assuming you'll have fun with it.
How he's in his hands right now. That's what I'm just wondering. But yeah. I'm just wondering if Ross slips that potion to somebody else's drink at night. That's the concern I'm having with the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay, so with the moderate person, you need to have the elixir once a month, and you will change over the course of a year.
Okay, so it's a long-term thing, not a short-term thing.
And if you take the lesser one, it will take. You have to take it every week, and it may take a year or more to change.
That's just going from male to female, female to male.
Or both, or neither. If there is a valid
Yeah,
sex, you can change into it.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to replicate a scene from another game. Yeah, that's not going to work.
You could also get the level 6 version, which is greater. You take it once, and the change occurs over 6 months. But you only take the potion once.
Yeah, it's permanent, is it?
Yes, it is. It is permanent.
Mutagens.
And usually when you buy it, you pick the change you want on that potion.
Oh, okay.
So you can't just say, today I'd like to do this. Each potion is specific to the change you're looking for. I want a beard. Okay, so this one will give you effectual growth.
So you get to have a like you can request. I want to be 6 foot. I want to be 180 pounds of rippling muscles and.
Well, you could get the 180 pounds, but it might not be muscles.
Yeah.
What does the Drake Heart Mutagen do? That's on 289.
289, wrong book, so this one, 289. Drake Heart Mutagen. You gain an AC bonus with a dex cap. An item bonus perception checks. If you're wearing armor, you can still use that. You also gain the final surge action. So final surge as a single action, you can stride twice, and the Drake Heart Mutagen ends during that. But you have a -1 to will saves, reflex saves, and all skill checks to recall knowledge while you're affected by the mutagen.
Oh. What happens if a barbarian has that?
Then they have a -1 to will saves, reflex saves, and all skill checks to recall knowledge. They still get the benefit, but they always take the penalty.
Yeah.
A mutagen has, like I said earlier, a bonus and a drawback.
Bonuses, right?
And if you gave him a level 3 item,
up the barbarian.
it'll give him a +5 to his AC, +2 to his perception, and lasts for 10 minutes until he uses the stride twice as an action. So he can end the effect by just striding twice as an action.
And Juggernaut one, it's on the same page.
Okay, so you get the item bonus to fortitude saves and temporary hit points. The penalty is you get a -2 to will saves, perception checks, and initiative rolls. I'm slower. Oh, thank you. Did any of those appeal to you, Ross?
And the cognitive one, that's on 289.
Cognitive is
Pathfinder Arcana, Craft, Law, Occultism, Society, and Recall Knowledge. -2 to attacks, athletics, acrobatics, and encumbrance limits are reduced by 2 and 4 respectively. So 10 minutes.
So that -2 to attacks, that's also attack spells, correct?
To weapon and unarmed attack rolls only,
Oh, okay.
not to spells.
How long did that last for?
10 minutes.
This is on moderate.
Moderate is 10 minutes, like he said.
Okay.
I read the fact that that's something that Sandpoint can make. He's got the formula for that one, so
Yeah, but do you have the items for it?
always.
A alchemist can just make it out of nothing most of the time. It's his version of casting spells.
See anywhere else that's got level 3 potions?
Hey Mark,
Sorry? Yeah, thank you.
There we go, consumables.
So, Jerry, you there?
just wondering, did you end up looking at the ironstone sprouting?
I'm going to stick with what I've got at the moment. I'll speak. I might change it later on if I feel I need to, but I'm going to see how I go with that.
Okay, because I just going to say the fact that yes. I'm actually going to take the bloodletting quickly as a level 6, so the sprouting ironstone is available for people to get.
Well, I was thinking if Willie wants to help you.
Billy might want to go back again if he originally looked at it.
Would you
But
like
of course, he's already got one that.
Would you like the either Iron Stone back in place of the Charm of Fire Resistance or the Choker of Speaking Chilexian?
No, keep the ones that I've got.
So sort that would suit the leader of the party.
Yeah, I like the idea of being
I agree.
Chilexian.
Yeah, I'll have a healing potion lesser and a potion of water breathing.
That's a level 2 or level 3?
That's level 3. Level 3.
So you don't want the gender trans one?
Nah.
Okay, what about your last one? Actually, that's all. Oh, no, yeah, you still got level
2 and
2 and 1, yeah.
Oil of Potency, that's page 257.
It grants a weapon a +1 for a short period of time.
So, if Harry bathes in it, does that mean if he does unarmed attacks, that's at +1?
No. I believe it requires it to be a weapon.
That's going to apply to unarmed or natural attacks. Okay.
What does Bravo's Brew does lesser? That's 2 or 6.
2, 4, 6. Grants courage. You gain an item bonus to will saves.
Yep, I'll grab 2 lots of that.
Bravo's Brew.
Hey, Jeremy, I'm not sure if you picked this one up or not as a level 4 consumable, or if you looked at it.
Yeah.
The Bomber's Eye Elixir, lesser. This tincture lets you pinpoint your foes for the next 5 minutes. Your alchemical bomb strike reduces the circumstance bonus to your AC on the targets from cover. So reduces the target circumstance bonus by 1.
The alchemist
Which is not
goggles
bad.
do the same thing.
Which one, sorry?
The alchemist goggles.
I think so. I think
Can it stack?
Possibly.
It might stack if they call them different bonuses. Because that's something I'll have to go back and check, because the Optimus goggles was...
This is circumstance bonus, so
And
like
the
what have they
Optimus
gained
goggles
from
is
like?
probably going to be an item bonus, I would expect, so I'll have a look. Thank you.
Because I might consider taking that as a full consumable as well. Sounds good, and as you said, we can always swap it around later.
Okay. If it doesn't work out for you, or you find you're really using it, well...
So did you want that one, Jeremy? The bomber's eye?
I'll have a look. Don't put it down yet. So I'll just go through my consumables. I'll just make a plan, but then suddenly remembered that I'd forgotten about alchemist goggles. And considering I was thinking of taking 3 level 3s instead of 1 level...
Okay.
I definitely want to go back and have a check with the alchemist.
No. I believe she's in the bedroom. I didn't realise that the bathroom lights were still on. Hey Google, bathroom off. I thought she was in the bathroom. Okay, so I will send everyone what we have so far, which means that next session you will be definitely well off and ready for whatever horrors come your way.
Can I make the really good assumption that I'm no longer drained?
Yes, each of you have recovered. You've helped Willie find his spiders and riding dog, and probably deal with some cut purses.
And I'll definitely helped Fang heal up. And
Fang will probably be in a cast for the next couple of game months.
okay, that's fair enough. I'll put that in my comments. Okay, cool.
Mainly because you can't heal bones with minor healing spells.
That's okay. I took my revenge. It's okay. Yep. So it's like 2 sessions. And then I'll talk to you. I will ask the our special cat friends to monitor Frank, make sure things okay. So there'll be a cat looking after a cat looking after a cat.
Yeah, I'll let Tony the Tiger, or Tony the Were-Tiger know that. But thank him regardless for the offer.
He does confirm that curses generally don't stack.
Yeah, the worry is exactly what I'm cursed with.
Charming, good looks, and wonderful personality. Is that right? Okay.
Oh, hey, the weather ignores you.
Hey,
The weather ignores you, maybe that's related.
I'm going to feed on the champagne from
That's
the
not
students and the plane back, so there you go. I don't drink champagne, but if Josh and them want a bottle of champagne, just let me know. I was a bit surprised they gave it to me on the way out. I thought, oh, I'll just melt them or the whole plane ride. So,
Who gave you the champagne?
I unfortunately can't have champagne because white wine makes me sick.
yeah, this is on this flight on the way back from Melbourne to Canberra. So, I may or may not gave him a box of chocolates as a nice gesture on the way through, so maybe that's where it came from. But, yeah. Alright.
Well,
Fair enough. Okay, the 2 distributors we're in desperate need of chocolates, and well, both basically gave me a hug as well. So there we go. So I've had a good day today, as Martin.
well, you did get to meet one of the Critical Role people.
Yeah, I found it too much. It's still, I'm still in shock by it. I thought I was streaming first up when I saw walk through in the business owners. I thought, shit, crap, who? That's it, actually. Yeah. Just took me about half an hour to carry up and say hello. So, you should know what's going on. I didn't know what that would be like. You know. But yeah. It worked out in the end, so it's nothing.
Okay, so if you guys have any changes you want to make, that table pretty much gives you everything you need to start with. I have no qualms if you want to swap anything out at all, but let me know by next session, because basically after that you've got to go back to the Pathfinder Lodge to change your items.
Yep.
Did you want to fill out? I've picked some of my consumables, Martin, and then I can just send you.
Yep, I'm
The
happy
rest
to
to
fill
be
them out.
like-
What have you got for level 5?
Well, I'll start from the level 6.
Or level 6?
One?
Yep.
Antidote moderate and anti-plague moderate. I think most of us have probably taken those.
Nope. Yeah, you're the only one to take the antidote moderate.
No, I've got it.
As
No,
well.
you took anti-plague. They're
No,
different.
I didn't take any plague. I took antidote because I could do plague. But I
No,
didn't take any
sorry.
poison.
Then M's the only one who's got the anti-plague moderate. And you're level 5.
My level 5. My question of this one is scroll of 3rd rank spell. How does that work?
You tell me what spell.
Is it something that I learn permanently?
If you spend the time to learn it as per learning spells, yes. Or you cast it, in which case it's gone.
And what's 3rd rank again? Is there a table for that? I tried to look for it and I couldn't find it.
So 3rd level spells are 3rd rank spells.
Oh, right, okay.
So it'd be a 5th level item if it's a 3rd rank spell.
Yep. Yeah, I'll take that and see if I can't learn something interesting. And Elixir of Life Lesser.
Yep.
Level 4 Bomber's Eye Elixir.
Yep. The next one.
Sorry, I lost my spot. What is Timeless Soul? Sorry, I only just got down to level 4. I was looking through my options.
What page is that on?
296 of Core 2.
296. Timeless salts. You sprinkle these salts onto a single object and it preserves it for 1 week. The item doesn't decay, and anything that like such as raised dead doesn't have its time elapse in that time. It stops.
Basically, temporary repose for if it was something that's died, you basically get a temporary repose on it.
Can that also be used for like curing meat?
Well, it stops the meat from aging.
So it preserves it, it doesn't cure it.
Yeah. I might take that just to try it. I might swap it out, but hey, that sounds funny.
Everything there has its uses. Even snake oil.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten further than that, so I'll send you that later.
Just confirming for everybody, if they hadn't otherwise heard, yes. Zarthok's not taking the uncommon sprouting Aeon Stone.
which means someone who has a Wayfinder can get the extra bonus of that.
I mean, if you don't know a Wayfinder, you can still get a bonus comment, but...
Well, it was just more telling for Parry and Scar.
Exactly, that's right.
If you guys would like it, that is, but you can still get back to me.
Yeah, that's why I just wanted to let people know that it was out there.
I wanted to send a letter
Mm-hmm.
to the doctor, just alerting him to the fact that we'd cleared a vampire nest at that location.
Okay.
This is me sharing information like...
You said you would?
Well, we said we would, but he's been a little bit on the quiet side, and I can understand why.
Okay, so... you would get back a letter of commendation from the Queen for dealing with a vampire nest in her city.
Okay. Okay.
As well as thanks from the head physician, with notes saying that they are busily tracking down various potential sources and asking you to look into one particular source that seems to have escaped them.
Okay. Oh, and obviously, well, did the Werats accept my pets?
They did. They were quite happy to get a bunch of web weavers.
Okay.
Though one of them did comment, "Oh, damn, wish they were dream spiders."
Junkie. Dude.
And the guy says that there's rumors of a miraculous cure to the plague. And he suspects it's a charlatan, so instead of him sending in the kill squad, he would rather check to see if it is a cure before he condemns him to death.
Okay.
Which is an interesting take, considering he...
Well, what he told us, what the Grey Maidens told us was effectively fuck around and find out. And basically, minimum is you die, and then the other option is you get tortured and then you die.
But investigating someone with a potential cure is completely different to poking the dead.
Yeah.
And he also says that his people won't able to get anything out of them. With the off chance that they can cure stuff, they didn't want to, kill them unnecessarily.
Yes. Just leave that to me. It's my forte. Killing things unnecessarily, that is.
Well, you do have a reputation.
For killing things unnecessarily. I'm sure.
And collateral damage.
Yeah. Well, that's more my party than me, but yeah.
And yes, so...
Sure you're not just throwing us under the bus there?
No, not at all. You haven't been here long enough, Jasper, to sort of add your name to the list of...
collateral damage?
Yeah, let's go for that.
And apparently Jasper hasn't taken abilities to just kill.
That's very short-sighted of you, Jasper.
Abilities?
I said you've not taken abilities to kill people.
As in spells?
Yep.
No! Mostly not. They're mostly just like fuck with you spells. or help the party spells. kind of either. I'm a pest to the people we're fighting, and I try and boost the morale of my friends.
So what's usually referred as the utility boost buffer.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've got things like Bane, Dizzying Colours, Enfeeble Protection, Dispel Magic, Blistering Incentive, Haste,
Can you bless?
Slow, I looked at Bless, though I think I might swap out the spell. Though I think I have to do downtime for that, right, Mum?
Well, the fact that Willie can now do bless.
Yeah. And I can do Bane.
Okay, yeah.
Sandy, when you have multiple people able to do stuff.
Unfortunately, I've got to do it in Pharasma's name, but still.
Technically, I do have one. Technically, I have 2 attacking spells. They're my hexes, though. So Shroud of Night. Actually, no, Shroud of Night just blinds them, essentially. But Personal Blizzard does do damage.
Well, considering how many spells you do have, and that you've only been able to name one that does damage,
Yeah.
that's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Daze, Void Warp, Know the Way. So that's where I know the way north, but not anywhere else. Yeah, Enfeeble Protection, Phantom Pain. Can't remember what that does, but I don't think it's an attacking spell.
Missing hurts.
And we were going to go and find out what was in that lockbox, or the strongbox.
Okay, strongbox. I have it in
261.
So it was the vampire spawn room.
Oh, technically, I can do mental damage too. I have Phantom Pain as a level 1 spell.
Yeah,
It's mental pain. It's like, oh, you think you're really hurt.
At least you don't hurt yourself and inflict the pain on others.
No, yeah. So
basically,
I have a couple that kind of do damage, but not really.
So inside you will find a masterwork set of tools for doll making, wood carving of small things, plus designs of toys.
Okay.
So it was the wealth of the toy store.
Okay.
Did Jasper get his little cat person plushie?
He did.
Yay.
So it has all the basically a complete toolkit for doll making. So if the witch wants to go down the path of building effigies of other people.
Or you get one of the items that I randomly looked at was the miniature theatre.
Here's a silly question.
Mm-hmm.
Those nicks I got given by Ripperclaw,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't heal them because of a curse.
Yes.
So
Not that curse though.
So this is a curse that does double up with whatever curse I happen to have at the moment.
Well, they complement instead of double.
They complement each other. Great.
One is a visual one, and one is a bodily one. And you can also take a mental one as well.
Yeah, I look forward to that. Make me crazy. Yay! Well, I've got no interest in taking these things out of the strongbox.
But you don't believe the owner is around anymore.
No, but I got no reason to pull them out.
You could always just give them to the Pathfinder Society.
Is it something they would be interested in?
It may be of interest to people who like toys. Because it's all about making toys.
Yeah, sure.
And some of them may even craft them for kids. As a way of training people.
Yeah, alright, if they're interested.
They take any knowledge you can find, is what the Pathfinders do. And try to put it to use.
Okay.
Whereas others just hoard it and say, "Hey, with all the knowledge!"
Alright. So no need to keep the I ask how long the box is going to be good for.
The box, they say, has been paid for. Whoever has the key can use it.
For how long?
Well, it is until the key is lost.
Okay. I'll keep the key. Thank you.
They say you can store what you wish in here.
Good to know. Thank you very much.
And the key gives you right of entry during business hours. And a coffee while you wait for them to get the box.
Okay. So I'm assuming we're going to go looking for the holder of the cure at some point.
Or claimed cure.
Yeah, the claimed cure.
Would seem a valuable thing to find if it's true. Or something to stop if he's stealing effectively from gullible people trying to desperately have something.
Okay, so... And the other thing you hear from Cressida is there is a missing virtuoso. Not sure if they've been plague ridden or not, but you've been asked to find out what happened to them by Cressida, the head of the Korvosa Guard. As apparently the younger sister has been looking for her brother. And as she's a minor, she's sort of depending on him for everything else.
Yeah.
And all she knows is her brother went to the Karin Manor, an stately manor along Shoreline Way, and may have gone missing sometime after heading to the manor.
No. Which of those two do people want to do first?
Well, I mean, obviously the manor has the advantage, or the missing brother has the advantage of a known location where life's seen, or is life going, so an obvious, we've got a definite marker to go towards, whereas the finding this supposed cure, I don't know, have we got a specific name or location as to where you should be from?
You've found out through word off the street, the Korvosa Guard. Because hey, they're rumor mongers. Everyone there.
Yeah, that's right. That's just it. But it's a rumor, so we don't have firm details of where to look yet.
And they suggest looking at Lavender's Luxuriant Liniment.
Okay, there you go. You do.
Because that's apparently what you buy from someone by the name of Vendra Lagori, a perfumer.
Now, in which case then, I would suggest, looking into the cure first, because that's going to have the bigger impact on more people.
And they'd also point out that this person used to have a promotion where you got a free imp with every purchase. That went pretty downhill fast, they say.
A free imp, as in a tattoo.
IMP, imp.
Oh, imp, right, sorry.
So a small bitey with every purchase.
Of the
Bonus.
Sakurai? Sakurai was the thing at Region Korvosa.
No, that's what the sex trade has gone down to.
Okay, cool. Okay, just double check.
It's a little hard to beat that by the average person.
Yes.
That's true. That's true. Not that I have any prior knowledge of this at all, but anyway. Yeah.
Well, your current character doesn't, but your former one still does.
My former one knows everything about this situation. Yeah.
I'm sure he's written his own books on it now.
Oh, he's also his second version of the original 10 book. Right, all things you can do with a Sakurai. Yeah. Actually, he's the first on the right ears and you think about the first time. So, yeah.
And he does have the book of How to Spend a Fortune and Lose Friends.
Yes.
Well, he probably does right, but I don't think that he doesn't care much about that, honestly. I think back in the day we might have read that, but that might be a human classic, that one. Yeah.
Well, it is an interesting outcome. So, I believe we'll have next session where you go off and investigate whichever of those two makes you feel best on the night.
Mm-hmm.
The cure or the musician.
I think the chance at a cure is probably the more pressing of the two.
I think it's going to actually help more people immediately, or if it's a false cure, it'll save more people immediately by stopping them trying to get fooled.
And just because this section of the story is called 7 Days to the Grave, I'm sure has absolutely no connotations of what's happening.
7 days to the Dead by Dawn.
Well, that's the overarching story for this section is called 7 Days to the Grave.
So presumably that's the normal death rate for when you get contracted plagues. People live for a week.
That is correct. That's how long it takes for you to die once you contract it, they say. Okay, so if anyone would like to add anything else or change any of their items, speak up now or just send me a text later.
You prefer text? Okay. I've almost got mine sorted.
Or email. Email, drop it on Discord, anything like that.
Easy.
Okay, so...
Yep.
So I was going to put it... well, I have recorded the session so you can watch back and see what you've done. Not that anyone will want to watch this one.
Yep.
But hey, at least you know now you can look out why you pick stuff if you go back, hey, why do I have this? Oh, that's why.
What idiot picked that item? Oh wait, I did.
I'll mention it to Martin already, but I will be very unlikely to make the next session, the 11th.
So Zarthrop's putting in his suggestion of go for the cure.
Okay.
And he's going to go somewhere else.
And I'm sure he'll stake out the other one just to give you a bit of leg up for when you actually make it there.
Expect nothing less of Zarthrop. He's a man of intelligence and great fortitude. Oh, okay, that's what the thing I was talking about. Yeah.
And he did manage to disappear and miss the second vampire battle.
Yes.
But he did come back and tell you about the spectacular architecture involved in the sewer systems underneath Korvosa over in this area over here.
He was down in the Super Star Region event, yeah. So.
It was. You put a hole in the wall.
Oh, the wall. Killed anything that was touching up the whole schmozzle. So.
Okay, so I'm going to shut off the recording and then chat to you after.